Day of Awakening on the sports field of Jiangxing No. 1 High School. Thousands of Senior 3 students had gathered here. Wang Rui stood in the ranks of Class 2, Senior 3. He wore a faded old-school uniform with frayed cuffs, which stood out among his well-dressed peers. He had barely slept the night before. 3 years ago, his parents had headed into the wild mist battlefield and never returned. They had left him and his younger sister Wang Wan to scrape by. To come up with the 10,000 yuan awakening registration fee, Wang Rui had started delivering take-out food 3 months earlier. He had fallen many times and received more than a dozen complaints, yet he had finally scraped together the full fee. At the center of the sports field stood the circular awakening platform, upon which rested 2 structures. On the left sat a giant crystal ball, the place for awakening one's occupation. On the right rose a 9-story tower, used to test attribute points. 18 was the critical age of awakening. At that moment, the divine seed, latent inside one's body, would fully germinate, determining one's lifelong occupational path. Occupations were ranked in tiers: white common, green excellent, blue fine, purple rare, orange epic, and gold legendary. Students, please keep quiet. Chen Jingping, chairman of the Jiangxing Awakening Association, stepped onto the platform. His powerful aura silenced the entire sports field in an instant. Today marks the most important day of your lives. Awakening determines your future social status, income level, and life trajectory. He paused. Yet awakening is not the end point, but a starting point. Whatever the outcome may be, remember this: your lives have only just begun. Despite his words, everyone present knew that only a handful could leap from carp to dragon. Now, teachers in charge of each school, please organize the students to move toward the awakening platform in order. The first to step up was Gao Yang, the young master of the Gao group. All eyes instantly locked onto him. Gao Yang walked onto the platform with composed strides. His father Gao Tianhai sat in the first row of the VIP seats, holding a teacup and wearing a faint smile. Gao Yang placed both hands on the crystal ball. The next moment, blinding orange light burst forth from the crystal ball. Ding! Awakening complete. Occupation: Thunder Mage. The whole venue erupted in an uproar. An orange epic, rank occupation. The first orange epic in Jiangxing this year. Without pausing, Gao Yang walked over to the 9-story tower and laid his hands upon it. Floor after floor of the tower lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9th floor blazed to life with a thunderous boom. SSS, rank attribute points. Good heavens. Gao Yang is an SSS, rank Thunder Mage. Orange epic paired with SSS attributes, a once-in-a-decade supreme genius. Cheers swept across the sports field. Standing upon the awakening platform, Gao Yang basked in everyone's adoring gazes. He turned, his gaze sweeping over the crowd, before finally landing on one corner. On Wang Rui. A faint smirk tugged at Gao Yang's lips. He stepped down from the platform, cut through the crowd, and walked straight over to Wang Rui. For a split second, the whole venue fell quiet. Everyone watched the scene unfold. The talented young master of the Gao family walking toward a poor boy in a worn-out school uniform. Why, if it isn't Wang Rui? Gao Yang flicked his hair and cast a disdainful glance at Wang Rui's faded uniform. Heard you delivered take-out to scrape together the registration fee? You actually managed to get the money. Impressive, quite the perseverance. Several people nearby snickered. Gao Yang leaned half a step closer and lowered his voice. Lin Qingxue is way out of your league. Stay away from her from now on, or don't blame me for being harsh. Just at that moment, Gao Yang, a clear, bright voice rang out from the crowd. All heads turned toward the sound. Lin Qingxue stepped out from the ranks of Class 2, Senior 3 in her school uniform. She ranked second in grade, level examinations, just below Wang Rui. Not only was she beautiful, she was also the young heiress of Qingxue Group. She walked over and stopped right in front of Gao Yang. Gao Yang, how many times must I say this? I do not like you. Please stop pestering Wang Rui and me. Her voice was soft, yet it carried clearly to every ear. Qingxue, Gao Yang tried to explain at once. Lin Qingxue ignored him completely. She turned toward Wang Rui and gently took his hand. Brother Rui, keep going. I believe in you. Complete silence descended over the venue. Whoa. Lin Qingxue just stood up to Gao Yang. Miss Qingxue is so cool. Gao Yang's expression darkened. He spun around and stalked back to Class 1, Senior 3. Next, Lin Qingxue. The announcement blared over the speakers. Lin Qingxue walked toward the awakening platform. Once more, the whole venue fell quiet. She took a deep breath and placed both hands on the crystal ball. In an instant, blinding orange light exploded outwards. Ding. Awakening complete. Occupation: Ice Mage. Another orange epic, rank occupation. She then moved to the 9-story tower and placed her hands upon it. The tower lit up floor by floor, all the way to the 9th level. SSS, rank attribute points. 2 orange epics with SSS attributes in a single year for Jiangxing. A fresh wave of excitement rippled through the crowd. Down below, Wang Rui clapped with a smile. Every year Jiangxing produced a small number of orange epic occupations, yet the even more coveted gold legendary rank had not appeared for an entire decade. From the VIP seats, Lin Qingshue's father Lin Zhangwo beamed with delight, nodding repeatedly to greet those around him. Lin Qingxue stepped down and returned to Wang Rui's side. The ceremony carried on. Joy and despair mingled among the students. Zhang Mingyuan, one of Gao Yang's lackeys, strode onto the platform. He eventually awakened Blue Fine, rank berserker with S rank attributes. He roared with laughter as he came down, intending to march over and taunt Wang Rui just as Gao Yang had done. Lin Qingxue shot him a single glance. Her eyes were as calm as still stagnant water. The words died in Zhang Mingyuan's throat. He snorted and turned away. Next, Wang Rui. The loudspeaker called his name. Wang Rui walked toward the awakening platform. Countless eyes locked onto him, filled with curiosity, pity, mockery, and a sliver of anticipation. That's him, the boy who delivered Take out for the registration fee? Lin Qingxue offered to pay for him, but he refused, insisting on earning it himself. Just ridiculous pride. Wang Rui stepped onto the platform. Bright white spotlights fell over him, laying bare every faded patch on his uniform. He walked to the crystal ball and set his hands upon its surface. Cold. And then, boom. The crystal ball shuddered violently from within. A blazing golden pillar of light shot straight upward from its core. The radiance was overwhelming, as if a sun had detonated atop the awakening platform, bathing the entire sports field in brilliant gold. Every single person stood to their feet. Chen Zhengping shot straight up out of his chair, pupils constricted. Gold, legendary rank. In the VIP section, Gao Tianhai froze mid-sip of his tea. Gao Yang's smile froze on his face. Zhang Mingyuan's mouth hung wide open. Lin Qingxue covered her mouth, her eyes wide with disbelief. Gold legendary. Jiangxing has not seen one for 10 whole years. The crowd erupted. At last the electronic synthetic voice rang out, each word hammering into everyone's hearts. Ding. Awakening complete. Occupation: sword shield bearer. Chen Jingping held up a hand for quiet. Everyone, remain calm. Let Wang Rui finish testing his attribute points. Wang Rui walked over to the 9-story tower. The entire audience held their breath. Tens of thousands of eyes were fixed rigidly on the tower. He laid his hands against its surface. The tower lit up. First floor. Then it stopped. The cold electronic voice announced its reading. Attribute points: F rank. Dead silence. The cheers that had just erupted were abruptly choked off. Back in the VIP seats, Gao Tianhai calmly lifted his teacup and took a sip, a nearly imperceptible smirk tugging at his lips. Gao Yang stared for a second before bursting into laughter. Ha! Gao Yang was the first to roar with amusement. Wang Rui, you truly are a joke. My SSS rank attributes are 9 times yours. Every time I level up, I gain 9 times as many free attribute points as you. What could you possibly use to compete against me? His laughter acted as a spark, igniting mocking amusement across the whole sports field. Good heavens, F rank attributes paired with a gold legendary occupation? It's like handing you a peerless divine sword, only for you to lack the strength to lift it. All that excitement for nothing. Look at him. Whispers and sighs rippled through the crowd. People shook their heads in pity. Wang Rui stood atop the platform, his face expressionless. At that very moment, a mechanical voice echoed clearly inside his mind. Detected host occupation awakened. Congratulations, trait system bound. Gain 1 trait reward for every 10 levels increased. Congratulations. Obtain trait, absolute drop rate. Effect: after killing a living creature, the host may specify its dropped loot. Wang Rui's pupils narrowed slightly. Specify drops. Wang Rui recalled that monsters inside secret realms had a chance to drop a tribute, enhancing fruits upon death. If every monster was guaranteed to drop such fruit, then even SSS rank attributes would pale in comparison to his potential. Wang opened his occupation panel. Occupation: sword, shield bearer gold legendary passive skill. Restoration LV.1. Recover 1% of maximum health every second. Active skill: sword/LV.1. Consume 5 mana to deal 150% physical attack damage plus 1% true damage of the sum of host and target's health. Cooldown, 5 seconds. Active skill, Flash LV.1. Consume 5 mana to teleport 5 meters. Grant a shield equal to 10% maximum health for 3 seconds upon arrival. Cooldown, 20 seconds. Active skill, Sword, Shield LV.1. Consume 5 mana to summon a sword shield. Reduce all incoming damage by 1,000 points for 10 seconds. Cooldown, 10 seconds. Innate talent, Bloodline Surge LV.1. Double maximum health. Permanently gain +1 maximum health for every monster slain. Wang Rui then opened his attribute panel. Strength, 10. Agility, 10. Constitution, 10. Intelligence, 10. Spirit, 10. Health points Constitution times 10. 200. Defense value Constitution times 0.5. 5. Mana points Spirit times 10. 100. Physical attack Strength times 3. 30. Magical attack Intelligence times 3. 30. Wang Rui studied his occupation. Was it powerful? Extremely so. Every skill was formidable, especially Sword Shield, reducing all incoming damage by 1,000 points. What did that mean? Even if 10 people ganged up on him, every single hit from each attacker would have 1,000 points deducted. Any attack dealing under 1,000 points would fail to pierce his defenses entirely. As far as he knew, an Awakener's maximum single stat value equaled their level multiplied by 100. That meant even a level 1 SSS rank Awakener could not break through his defenses. From the VIP platform, Chen Jinping frowned deeply. He stared at Wang Rui and fell silent for a long time before letting out a heavy sigh. What a waste. He had seen countless geniuses fall from grace, yet never had he witnessed one collapse the instant of awakening. Wang Rui, Chen Jinping spoke gently, doing his best to soften his tone. Rank attributes are admittedly far from ideal, but do not lose hope. Legendary, rank occupations boast powerful skills. If you work hard enough, his words trailed off. Work hard? The hard cap imposed by rank attributes was set in stone. No amount of effort could break those shackles. Everyone present understood that bitter truth. Wang Rui turned and walked down from the awakening platform. His steps were steady, his back held straight and tall. As he passed Gao Yang, the young master leaned in and chuckled under his breath. Wang Rui, how about I ask my father to pull some strings and get you a security guard job? For old classmates' sake, I'll get you 8,000 a month, way better than delivering takeout. Wang Rui came to a halt. He turned and looked straight at Gao Yang. Idiot! Rage flared in Gao Yang. Purple lightning crackled in the palm of his hand. What is going on? Chen Jinping rose to his feet and fixed his gaze on Gao Yang. Gao Yang instantly suppressed his fury. Wang Rui let out a cold snort and returned to the ranks of Class 2. Lin Qingxue slipped her hand into his palm and smiled softly. It's all right. The Qingxue group possesses large quantities of attribute fruits. I can give you some. Thank you, but I'll pass. I have my own way, Wang Rui replied. He returned his gaze to his talent, Bloodline Surge LV.1, double maximum health. Permanently gain +1 maximum health for every monster slain, and stared at it for a long while. His heartbeat quickened. Unlimited stacking, and this was only at skill level 1. He remembered that Awakener skills could be leveled up. The Sword, Shield Bearer's kit was outstanding. Sword Slash dealt true damage, Flash granted shields, Sword, Shield offered massive damage reduction, and Restoration kept him healed. With this set of abilities, killing monsters would not prove difficult. With higher base attributes, he would become utterly unstoppable. Wang Rui. A voice pulled him from his thoughts. It was Lin Qingxue. What is it? She held out a business card toward him. This is my contact information. Reach out to me if you ever run into trouble. Stop pushing me away. Wang Rui took the card printed with Qingxue Group, Lin Qingxue. Qingxue Group was Jiangxing's second largest conglomerate, whose main businesses centered around dungeon development and secret realm exploration. In the past, Wang Rui had been consumed by inferiority and kept his distance from her. All right. He slipped the card into his pocket. Lin Qingxue nodded and departed, trailed by several bodyguards in an imposing retinue. Whispers broke out among the surrounding students once more. She actually gave him her card. Could she really like him? Don't get your hopes up. Probably just because he has a gold legendary occupation. Maybe. Still, with rank attributes, he won't amount to much. Wang Rui tuned out all the gossip and kept his eyes fixed on the ongoing awakening ceremony. 1 hour later, the ceremony concluded. Wang Rui flowed out of the sports field with the crowd. The area outside remained packed. News cameras swarmed around genuine talents, such as Lin Qingxue. Trending topics had already updated online. Jiangqing Awakening Day. Lin Qingxue unlocks Orange Epic plus SSS. Rank. Another supreme genius following Gao Yang. Gold legendary occupation paired with F. Rank attributes. A genius fallen before his time. Wang Rui opened the second trending post. Its comment section was in full uproar. Ha ha ha, this is hilarious. The heavens sure have a twisted sense of humor. F. Rank attributes. He probably cannot even clear the lowest rank level, one secret, realm dungeon. What a waste of a sword shield bearer. This guy must have saved the world in his past life just to suffer this fate in this one. Quit mocking him. He worked delivering take out just to afford the registration fee. He has already been through a lot. All that hardship means nothing. Awakening results speak for themselves. Wang Rui closed his phone and stuffed it into his pocket. He pushed his dead battery electric scooter out of the school gates. Just then he spotted 3 burly men in black suits standing by the gate, equipped with walkie-talkies and earpieces. Employees of Tianqing Security Company. Wang Rui's heart sank. 3 months ago, he had triggered the power of memory recall and recovered memories of his past life. Refusing to resign himself to a life as a low-rank awakener, he had borrowed 3,000 yuan from Tianqing Security to buy a set of physical enhancing potions. He had drunk them, yet they had done nothing, leaving him saddled with debt. There you are, Wang Rui. The scar-faced leader spat out his toothpick and glared over with a menacing scowl. Where is our money? His greedy eyes raked over Wang Rui's body. I hear your 16-year-old sister is still in high school. Our establishment is short-staffed right now. She has a pleasant appearance and would make a suitable member of our service team. Wang Rui steadied his nerves and stepped forward to block their path. Our contract states a 3-month repayment window for principal plus interest. 3 days remain before it is due. 3 days? Scar-face laughed mockingly. Have delivering take out-addled your brain? 3 more days, and you think you can turn your fortunes around? He stepped closer, reeking of tobacco smoke. I know you hope your legendary rank occupation will change your fate. Let me be clear, with your useless F rank attributes, you will likely die fighting monsters out there. Your debts will still need to be paid either way. Wang Rui fell silent for a moment before speaking slowly. I will pay you in 3 days, as agreed. Scar-face snorted. Fine. We will be back in 3 days. The 3 unwelcome visitors strode away. Wang Rui let out a long breath of relief. Brother, a clear voice called out from the crowd. Wang Rui turned and saw a girl with a high ponytail running toward him. She wore a faded school uniform and held up a hand-painted sign scrawled with 4 messy characters. Best Big Brother. Wang Rui's eyes stung with emotion. Juan, what are you doing here? He hurried forward to meet her. I asked for leave to come watch your awakening today. Wang held up her sign, her eyes crinkling into bright crescents. Brother, how did your awakening go? Are you super powerful? Looking at his sister's hopeful eyes, Wang Rui felt warmth welling up inside him. He smiled. I awakened a gold legendary rank occupation. How's that for powerful? Wow. Wang's eyes lit up instantly. Legendary rank. That is the absolute strongest. Yes, it is, Wang Rui said, patting her head. Come on. I will treat you to something nice to eat. Yay. Behind them, the large screen above the sports field continued scrolling through the day's awakening records. Lin Qingxue, Ice Mage Orange Epic, Attribute Points, SSS rank. Gao Yang, Thunder Mage Orange Epic, Attribute Points, SSS rank. Zhang Mingyuan, Berserker Purple Rare, Attribute Points, S rank. Countless names flashed across the display. Wang Rui's name was nowhere to be seen. The boy who had awakened the fabled gold legendary occupation had been omitted. Due to his F-rank attributes, every major faction had written him off as unworthy of documentation. Wang Rui did not glance back. He stepped into the bustling crowd. Brother, you are truly amazing. Wang kept glancing up at him as they walked, her eyes sparkling. A legendary rank occupation. Jiangqing has not had one for 10 whole years. Wang Rui smiled, but said nothing. Brother and sister walked down 2 streets and turned into an alleyway. At the alley's end sat a noodle shop. 2 characters had fallen off its signboard, leaving only the lopsided words Old Zhang's Noodles. Boss, 2 bowls of beef noodles, extra beef. Wang Rui pushed open the shop door. Coming right up. The shop owner, a plump 50-year-old man in a grease-stained apron, answered cheerfully. After sitting down, Wang chattered nonstop. Brother, when are you going to venture into the secret realms to clear dungeons? I hear they are really dangerous. There are turtles that spray jets of water, and slimes that bounce super high. Will you run into those creatures? Probably. Wang Rui poured her a glass of water. You'd better be careful. Wang Wan looked at him earnestly. I've heard that people who die inside a dungeon can never enter one again. Wang Rui's hand froze slightly. Those words were like a needle, pricking softly at the most vulnerable part of his heart. His parents had died in a dungeon, which forced them to go out into the wild mist battlefield, and they had never come back. After their parents' passing, eldest sister Wang Fong got married and secretly sent money to support the two siblings. The financial aid stopped 3 months ago when their brother-in-law Zhou Wenlong also died in a dungeon. Since then, Wang Rui had attended classes by day and delivered food by night and on weekends. Wang Wan was also a hard-working student, consistently ranking in the top 10 of her grade. Her teachers said she would easily get into a key university, yet studying hardly mattered in this world. The most valuable resources, attribute fruits, skill books, and equipment, were all hidden inside dungeons, accessible only to awakeners. Brother, what are you thinking about? Wang Wan tilted her head and stared at him. Nothing. Wang Rui snapped back to reality and ruffled her hair. The noodles are here. Eat quickly. 2 bowls of steaming beef noodles were set down, rich in broth, with springy noodles topped with thick slices of beef. Wang Wan ate noisily, nothing like a 17-year-old girl. Watching her, Wang Rui's mouth curved into an involuntary smile. When he delivered food in the past, he would pass the entrances to high-ranked dungeons and see many awakeners coming and going. They often talked about one term, attribute fruits. These special fruits could only be found inside dungeons. Eating one would permanently raise an attribute point. Strength fruit, agility fruit, constitution fruit, intelligence fruit, spirit fruit, each corresponding to one of the 5 basic attributes. Every primary grade attribute fruit granted +1 point to its respective stat. They were extremely expensive. Even the most basic ones started at 10,000 credits, and buyers could rarely find them no matter how much they offered. The drop rate inside dungeons was abysmally low, said to be less than 1 in 10,000. Most awakeners could spend an entire month in a dungeon and only get a handful. Right now, Wang Rui's fingers trembled slightly. He had just obtained the absolute drop rate trait. Absolute drop rate. After killing a creature, the host may specify the item that drops. Specify the drop. Not a higher probability, not boosted drop rates, direct specification. What did this mean? It meant that as long as he entered a dungeon and killed monsters, he could make every single monster drop an attribute fruit. Wang Rui took a deep breath, forcing himself to look calm. No one could know about this. Not until he came up with a reasonable explanation. Brother, are you full? Wang Wan set down her chopsticks and patted her full stomach. I am. Wang Rui stood up and paid the bill. Let's go. I'll walk you back to school. No need. I can go back on my own. Wang Wan waved her hand. Aren't you going into the instance tomorrow? You should go home and rest early. Wang Rui paused. He really did need to enter the instance. His gaze drifted once more to his status panel. Strength, 10. Agility, 10. Constitution, 10. Intelligence, 10. Spirit, 10. Grade F. But what if he stacked attribute points high? Each fruit gave +1 point. 400 kills would net 400 fruits. Then his base attributes would rival those of an SSS-ranked awakener. Under normal circumstances, that was sheer fantasy. Attribute fruits were so scarce that even large guilds could barely collect a few each year, no matter how many resources they poured in. But Wang Rui had absolute drop rate. As long as he could defeat the monsters, attribute fruits would no longer be a rare resource. Only one problem remained. Could he beat them? Brother, you zoned out again. Wang Wan waved a hand in front of his eyes. Oh, it's nothing. Wang Rui returned to his senses. Come on, I'm walking you back. This time Wang Wan did not refuse. Jiangxing No. 1 High School was not far from the noodle shop, a 15-minute walk away. At the school gate, Wang Wan stopped and turned toward him. Brother, I know your awakening result might not have been good. Her voice softened. I saw the news. Trending topics said someone with a legendary class job got grade F attributes. I know that person is you. Wang Rui froze. Don't keep it from me. Wang Wan lifted her head, eyes glistening. I'm not a kid anymore. I understand what grade F attributes mean. Wang Rui opened his mouth to speak, yet his throat felt tight. But brother, she sniffled hard, her voice trembling. You will always be my amazing big brother. Past, present, and future. Whether you are grade F or SSS ranked, you're still my brother. With that, she spun around and ran through the school gate, her ponytail swinging in the wind. Wang Rui stood where he was, watching her figure vanish inside. He remained there for a long time, then pulled a business card out of his pocket. Lin Qingxue of Qingxue Group. He stared at the words for several seconds, tucked the card back into his pocket, and turned to leave. He would not go to Lin Qingxue, not out of pride, but because Qingxue Group was enormous, and Lin Qingxue stood far above others. As a grade F awakener, joining her would only drag her down and bring her unnecessary trouble. He would make it on his own. First, however, he needed to buy equipment. Unfortunately, he had almost no money. Wang Rui opened his phone and checked his balance. 1,000 credits left in his bank account. What kind of gear could he buy with 1,000 credits? He mentally ran the numbers. The cheapest black iron short sword cost roughly 2,000 credits, a shield 1,000. Both were necessities. Without the sword, he could not cast Sword Slash. Without the shield, Sword Shield was unusable. A full set of basic leather armor, helmet, chest piece, bracers, belt, greaves, boots, would cost at least 5,000 credits. The Awakener Alliance also charged a 1,000 credit entry fee for dungeon access. All in all, he needed at least 9,000 credits. Once inside the dungeon, even if he could only defeat the weakest monsters, killing just one would reward him with an attribute fruit worth 10,000 credits. The math made perfect sense. His phone vibrated in his pocket. He pulled it out and read the text message. Dear Mr. Wang Rui, your awakening data has been logged into the Awakener Alliance database. Based on your comprehensive rating legendary class job plus grade F attributes, you have been assigned C-rank potential. Your borrowing limit is 10,000 credits. C-rank potential, a 10,000 credit loan limit. That was the Alliance's full assessment of this legendary awakener. Wang Rui stared at the message and quickly transferred the full limit into his bank account. Back home, he turned on his computer and logged into Jiangqing's largest awakener trading platform. The homepage flooded with listings for equipment, skill books, and potions. From lowest to highest quality: black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, jade, diamond. At level 0, he could only equip black iron and bronze grade gear. He set his price filters and scanned the items. Novice iron sword, black iron grade, durability 8/10, attack +5, selling price 1,800 credits. Novice iron shield, black iron grade, durability 9 out of 10, defense +3, selling price 800 credits. Novice bronze sword, bronze grade, durability 19/20, ability value 1, strength +1, attack +10, selling price 8,888 credits. Wang Rui bought the novice iron sword and iron shield, followed by a belt and boots. He skipped the rest of the armor pieces. The belt raised his carry weight and added 10 inventory slots, bringing his total to 30. The boots granted a small movement speed bonus. Lastly, he bought 30 mana potions at 100 credits each. Total expenditure, 8,000 credits. Wang Rui closed the webpage, lay down on his bed, and closed his eyes. Tomorrow he would enter the Ninja Turtle Dungeon. This grade F dungeon lay in the City North Dungeon Plaza. Inside dwelt 100 level 1 Ninja Turtles. They boasted high defense and health, moved slowly, and dealt moderate damage. Early the next morning, Wang Rui arrived at Dungeon Plaza. A long queue had formed before the Ninja Turtle Dungeon entrance. Before level 10, all instances were solo. When his turn came, a staff member handed him a liability waiver. Wang Rui took it, signed his name without reading a word, handed it back, paid the 1,000 credit entry fee, and received a dungeon teleport stone. The stone allowed him to exit at any time, though he could stay inside for a maximum of 8 hours. A flash of white light swallowed him, and he vanished from the entrance. Inside the dungeon stretched a damp marsh. Rotting leaves filled the air, and soft mud squelched under every step. Wang Rui pulled his sword and shield from his backpack. He opened his status panel for one final check. Level 0, EXP, 0/100, HP, 200, MP, 100, physical attack, 30 plus 5 is equal to 35, defense, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. His eyes scanned the marsh depths. Green shapes shifted slowly in the distance. Those were the level 1 Ninja Turtles. Wang Rui took a deep breath, tightened his grip on the iron sword, and crept forward. Thick marsh mist limited visibility to less than 20 meters. After walking 50 meters, he clearly saw his first monster. It was a nearly meter-large turtle. Mysterious patterns marked its green shell. Its limbs were thick, its bean-sized eyes locked onto Wang Rui, and it hissed menacingly. Ninja Turtle LV1, HP, 500, physical attack, 25, defense, 20, skills, shell huddle, bite. Wang Rui sized it up. 500 HP. He would need 15 sword slashes to kill it. Fortunately, the turtle moved at roughly half his speed. If he avoided being surrounded, kiting tactics would work. Wang Rui slowly stepped backward to create distance. He needed proper terrain so he would not aggro too many monsters at once. The marsh was wide open, but several large boulders stood in the distance. He could use them. He circled far around and reached a 3-meter-tall rock. Behind it lay a dead end, so at most 2 turtles could engage him at the same time. Wang Rui took a deep breath, picked up a stone at his feet, and hurled it at the nearest ninja turtle. The stone struck its shell with a dull thud. The turtle turned its head. Its bean-sized eyes blazed red, and it scurried toward him. Here it comes. Wang Rui stepped back fast, raised his shield, and kept his eyes fixed on the turtle's trajectory. When it closed to 5 meters, it opened its jaws, revealing sharp teeth, and lunged. Sword shield, Wang Rui shouted. 5 mana drained instantly. A faint golden shield phantom appeared in front of his iron shield. Wang Rui could feel invisible power flowing into his equipment. Sword shield activated. Reduces all incoming damage by 1,000 points. Lasts 10 seconds. The turtle's jaws clamped onto the shield. Its bone-crushing bite might as well have struck steel. Not a scratch marred the shield's surface. Against a level, 1 monster dealing 25 damage, a 1,000-point damage reduction amounted to absolute defense. Relief washed over Wang Rui. He steadied himself and swung his iron sword hard. Sword slash. Faint golden light flickered along the blade as it crashed into the turtle's head. -40. A red number floated above the monster. The turtle screeched and pulled its head deep into its shell. Shell huddle. Defense doubled. Last 5 seconds. Wang Rui quickly calculated. His physical attack stood at 35. Sword slash dealt 150% physical damage. 200 plus 500 equaled 700. 1% of that was 7. Total, 64 damage. The turtle's base defense was 20, hence the actual hit value of 40. With shell huddle, defense rose to 40, making normal attacks far less effective. Wang Rui did not press the attack. He jumped backward and waited. 5 seconds passed. The turtle stuck its head out again, eyes burning red, and charged once more. Sword slash. Another sword slash plus a regular strike landed on its head. -40 -32. The turtle withdrew into its shell again. Wang Rui retreated impassively and waited for the skill to wear off. 5 seconds. Head out. Sword slash. After 7 sword slashes, the turtle's HP dropped below 50. When the 8th sword slash landed, the large turtle let out a shrill cry. Its limbs twitched, and it went still. Killed level 1 Ninja Turtle. EXP plus 10. Current EXP 10/100. Wang Rui gasped for breath. His hands shook, not from exhaustion, but from nervousness. This was his first monster kill. Even though it was only a low-level turtle and the fight had lacked finesse, his heart hammered in his chest. Calm down. Stay calm. He forced himself to steady. Moments later, the turtle's corpse vanished, leaving a treasure chest behind. Wang Rui placed his hand on the chest and activated absolute drop rate. The turtle's drop data appeared before him. Shell drop rate, 50%, turtle meat drop rate, 50%, primary attribute fruit drop rate, 0.01%. The loot selection interface popped up. System prompt, please specify your desired drop item. Wang Rui's heart pounded. This was it. He closed his eyes and pictured the 5 attribute fruits: strength fruit, agility fruit, constitution fruit, intelligence fruit, spirit fruit. Which one? He opened his eyes and glanced at his status panel. Constitution, 10. HP, 200. As a sword shield user, he needed high survivability. Constitution was critical. His regeneration skill restored 1% of max HP each second. Higher HP meant stronger healing. Sword slash added true damage scaled off total HP. After flash, he gained a shield equal to 10% of his max HP. Every one of his class skills benefited from higher health. Constitution fruit, he mentally commanded. He opened the chest. A constitution fruit lay inside, faintly glowing and giving off a fresh herbal scent. Wang Rui picked it up and swallowed it without hesitation. The fruit dissolved on his tongue. Warm energy flowed down his throat and spread through his whole body. He sensed subtle changes within himself. Tighter muscle fibers, denser bones. Constitution plus 1. HP plus 10. Defense plus 0.5. Constitution rose from 10 to 11. Even a single point brought tangible growth, stirring excitement inside him. His HP climbed to 221. Keep going. He stood up, grabbed another stone, and threw it at the second ninja turtle. Thud. The second turtle turned, eyes turning red, and charged. The same routine repeated. Sword shield to tank the first hit, sword slash for damage, retreat while shell huddle was active. then strike again once the buff faded. 8 sword slashes later, the second turtle collapsed. EXP plus 10. Current EXP, 20/100. Constitution fruit. The second fruit materialized in his palm. He ate it. Constitution plus 1. HP plus 10. Defense plus 0.5. Constitution, 12. Time ticked by. Wang Rui worked like a precise machine, repeating the same cycle over and over. Pull aggro, activate sword shield, unleash sword slash, retreat, wait out shell huddle, strike again. 1, 2, 3. His movements grew smoother. The initial nervous shaking faded into muscle memory. After every kill, he consumed a constitution fruit. At the 10th kill, his constitution hit 20. HP reached 410. The true damage bonus on sword slash rose from 2 to 4 points. It was modest, yet clearly noticeable. Congratulations. You have reached level 1. Congratulations. Strength, agility, constitution, intelligence, spirit each plus 1. Congratulations. You gained 5 free attribute points. Wang Rui assigned all 5 points to constitution. His constitution jumped to 26, and his HP hit 530. Huh, that feels great, but it is still far from SSS ranked. He remembered that SSS ranked awakeners started with base attributes 9 times higher than his, totaling 450 attribute points. Every level up further boosted their base stats and granted far more free points. That was why so many wrote him off. Wang Rui kept killing. The Ninja Turtles now gave only 5 EXP each, and his next level requirement rose to 200 EXP. At the 20th kill, his constitution reached 30 points. At the 50th kill, his constitution hit 60 points. Wang Rui stood beside the boulder, covered head to toe in blood. It was not his blood, but the blood of those turtles. Green, sticky, and reeking of foul rot. Not a single wound marred his body. The damage reduction from his sword shield was overpowered. The attacks of level 1 monsters could not break through his defenses at all. Huh. Wang Rui let out a long breath and gazed deep into the swamp. 50 more remained. By now he had risen to level 2. He opened his status panel. Strength, 12, agility, 12, constitution, 72, intelligence, 12, spirit, 12. Health points, 1490, defense value, 39, physical attack, 41. Compared to when he started, his health points had multiplied by 7.5 times, and his defense value had doubled. Yet he was facing a serious problem right now. His mana points were running low. Out of 30 mana potions, he had already drunk 20. Only 10 were left. Wang Rui sat down and drank 1 mana potion, watching his mana slowly regenerate. He needed to come up with a more efficient plan. If he cast Sword Shield for every fight, his mana consumption would be far too high. His current constitution stood at 72 points, with 1490 health points and 39 defense points. Level 1 Ninja Turtles had an attack power of 25 points, which could not pierce his defense. Still, the defense formula worked like this. Actual damage taken equals attack power times skill multiplier minus defense value. He did not know exactly what multiplier the bite skill applied to their 25-point attack. He passively regenerated 1% of his maximum health every second, which amounted to 15 health points per second. Even so, every time a Ninja Turtle took damage, it would retreat into its shell for a full 5 seconds, regenerating 75 health points during that period. A thought lit up in Wang Rui's eyes. He stood and walked toward the nearest Ninja Turtle. This time, he did not activate Sword Shield. The Ninja Turtle lunged forward and sank its teeth into his left arm. -11. A green damage number floated above his head. The next instant, another green number popped up. +15. His health was restored the very moment after he took the hit. A faint smile tugged at the corner of Wang Rui's mouth. He swung his iron sword hard with his right hand. Sword slash plus basic attack. -62. -21. The Ninja Turtle let out a shriek and withdrew into its shell. Wang Rui did not step back. He stood right in front of it and waited for it to stick its head out again. 5 seconds later, its head emerged, and it bit down on him once more. -11. +15. His health barely shifted. Sword slash. After his third sword slash, the Ninja Turtle collapsed to the ground. Experience points +1. Current experience points, 1/300. Throughout this fight, he had only spent 15 mana points, without using Sword Shield at all. Wang Rui mentally tallied the numbers. The Ninja Turtle's bite skill only dealt 11 points of damage to him, while he regenerated 15 health points each second. That meant he could stand still and let the turtles bite him all day long without dying. The only risk was getting swarmed by multiple foes at once. Monsters in this swamp were sparsely distributed. At most 2 could attack him simultaneously. Drawing a deep breath, Wang Rui walked toward 2 ninja turtles that were close to one another. He threw a stone. Both turtles turned their heads and charged toward him at the same time. The 2 turtles pounced together, biting his arm and shoulder from opposite sides. -11, -11, 2 red damage values appeared almost simultaneously. A +15 popped up above his head right after. His health dipped briefly by 7 points between the incoming damage and regeneration. Wang Rui did not even block. He swung his iron sword at the head of the turtle on his left. Sword slash. -62, -21. The left hand turtle retreated into its shell. The turtle on his right bit him again. -11, +15. Wang Rui spun around and struck the turtle on the right. -21. That turtle also pulled into its shell. Wang Rui stood calmly between the 2 turtle shells. For seconds passed, and the head on the left poked out. Sword slash. -62, -21. The left turtle retracted, and the right one stuck its head out. This cycle repeated over and over. Killed level, 1 ninja turtle, experience points +1. Constitution fruit. A constitution fruit dropped into his hand. He consumed it. Constitution +1. The turtle on the right kept biting him, each hit dealing merely a dozen points of damage, little more than a nuisance. Wang Rui struck unhurriedly several more times, until the second turtle fell. Killed level, 1 ninja turtle, experience points +1. Another constitution fruit dropped. Constitution +1. He regenerated 15 health points every second. Even 2 turtles biting at once could not outpace his recovery. This was the terrifying power of a sword shielder with high constitution. The passive ability Resurrection restored 1% of his maximum health each second. The higher his total health, the faster he healed. His defense value further mitigated incoming damage. With all these advantages stacked, level 1 monsters posed no real threat to him anymore. Wang Rui lifted his gaze toward the dense cluster of green shapes deep within the swamp. 48 remained. He licked his lips, gripped his iron sword tightly, and strode forward. He stopped carefully luring monsters one by one. Instead, he charged straight into groups of foes and fought multiple enemies at once. 5 ninja turtles surrounded him, biting in turns. -9, -11, -10, -8, -12 strings of green damage numbers floated above his head like bursting fireworks. Right after that, multiple +15 notifications popped up one after another. His health stayed firmly above the danger threshold. Wang Rui stood in the middle of the monster horde and swung his sword blow after blow. Sword slash had a 5-second cooldown. During those gaps, he relied on basic attacks. Though his basic attacks only dealt around 20-odd points of damage to the turtles, he was fighting large numbers of them. He did not dodge, evade, or block. He simply tanked every hit. That was the sword shielder playstyle. Trade health for health, trade blows for blows. Of course, this only worked if your health pool vastly outmatched your opponents. 1 turtle fell. Constitution +1. A second turtle fell. Constitution +1. Third, fourth, fifth. When all 5 surrounding turtles lay defeated, Wang Rui's constitution had risen to 78 points. He glanced through his combat log. Those 5 turtles had dealt more than 1,000 points of damage to him in total. Whenever he got mobbed, he activated sword, shield, and the turtles could not break through his defenses. The efficiency is still too low. Wang Rui frowned. It was not that he could not win, but that killing speed was unsatisfactory. Sword slash was only available once every 5 seconds. Most of his damage came from basic attacks. His basic strikes only dealt 22 points of damage. A ninja turtle had 500 health points, so it took more than 20 basic attacks to bring one down. If only my attack power were higher. Wang Rui opened his status panel and stared at strength, 12 for 2 seconds. An idea formed in his mind. Right now he was getting constitution fruit drops, but what if he switched to strength fruit? He shook his head and pushed the thought aside for the moment. He could not make that swap yet. Constitution was his foundation. Every ability of the sword, shielder class scaled with health points. Higher constitution meant higher damage, faster healing, and thicker shields. He needed to stack constitution to a certain threshold before he could think about improving other attributes. At least inside this secret realm, he had to guarantee he could never die. Wang Rui pushed deeper into the swamp. Monsters grew more densely packed. Sometimes he drew 7 or 8 at a time. Yet 7 or 8 level 1 monsters were no more dangerous to him than a handful of ants. He stood amid the horde, letting them bite, and struck with his sword time and time again. His experience points crept upward bit by bit. His constitution points climbed steadily as well. 80th kill, 85th, 90th, 95th. Every time he killed one, he swallowed a constitution fruit. Constitution climbed from 95 to 96, 97, 98. 99th kill. Wang Rui stood before the very last Ninja Turtle and did not strike right away. He opened his status panel and checked. Constitution, 121, health points, 2519, defense value, 63, 121 points of constitution. Compared to the 10 points he had when he first entered the secret realm, it was more than 12 times higher. Now the Ninja Turtle's bite skill could not even make his health drop. Wang Rui took a deep breath, looked at the final turtle, and raised his iron sword. After a brief fight, the Ninja Turtle let out one last screech, kicked its legs a couple of times, and went still. Killed level, 1 Ninja Turtle, experience points +1. Current experience points, 50/300. At last, all 100 Ninja Turtles were slain. Wang Rui stood where he was, covered in sticky green turtle blood, his iron sword caked with viscous fluid. He gasped heavily, yet an uncontrollable smile spread across his face. 100 constitution fruits. 100 points of constitution. Wang Rui checked his backpack. All 30 mana potions were gone. His bag held 50 turtle shell materials and 50 portions of turtle meat. His iron sword's durability had dropped from 8 to 1, and his iron shield had lost 2 durability points. It is time to leave. Wang Rui turned and walked toward the secret realm exit. It was a white light portal, identical to the one he had stepped through to get in. He stepped into the glowing gateway. White light flashed. Wang Rui reappeared in the secret realm plaza. The harsh sunlight made him squint, and noisy chatter filled his ears. He's out. He's out. Hey buddy, I'll buy your attribute fruits at a high price. How many did you get? Several people queuing up to enter the secret realm swarmed over when they saw Wang Rui covered in blood. Ignoring them, Wang Rui hurried toward the trade district of the plaza. The trade district was a commercial street lined with shops of all kinds. Wang Rui walked into one store and pulled out an item from his backpack. It was a palm-sized fragment of turtle shell, emerald green with a faint sheen across its surface. How much will you pay for this? He asked the shopkeeper. A middle-aged man in leather armor picked up the shell fragment and examined it. 100, he offered. Wang Rui frowned. That is far too cheap. I have 50 of these materials. Can you offer a better price? How about 5,500 for the full 50? The middle-aged man replied. Deal. Wang Rui handed over the 50 turtle shell fragments, then pulled out the turtle meat. What will you give me for these? By the end of the transaction, Wang Rui had earned 7,000 credits. He spent 2,000 to buy a brand new full durability beginner iron sword. He planned to enter the Ninja Turtle secret realm again tomorrow. 100 points of constitution was not enough. Far from enough. He clearly remembered the trending posts about Gao Yang's SSS rank attributes, with total 5 stat points above 450. Gao Yang also possessed the epic orange class Thunder Mage. With SSS rank attributes, he was practically a walking artillery platform. Even though Wang Rui's constitution had surpassed 100, his strength and agility remained low. Against high-level monsters or attacks that required evasion, he would still be vulnerable. Wang Rui did not browse any more shops. The money in his digital wallet was limited. He had to spend every credit carefully. By the time he left the trade district, dusk had fallen. Wang Rui hopped onto his beat-up electric scooter and rode toward the northern part of the city. When he got home, Wang was already back from school. A plate of stir-fried green vegetables and 2 bowls of rice sat on the table. The food had gone cold. Wang was slumped over the table asleep, a pen still clutched in her hand, her exercise book filled with dense mathematical formulas. Wang Rui stepped forward quietly, intending to pull the pen gently out of her grasp. Wang jolted awake at once. She lifted her head abruptly. When she saw it was Wang Rui, her eyes lit up instantly. Brother, you're home. Wang Rui smiled. Why didn't you eat first? I waited for you. Wang rubbed her eyes and stood up to reheat the food. Brother, you went into the secret realm today? How did it go? Did you get hurt? I'm fine. Wang Rui took off his jacket and showed his intact arms. See? Not a scratch. Wang inspected him closely. Only after confirming there were no wounds did she relax and head for the kitchen to warm the meal. Wang Rui sat down at the table. He pulled out an unused constitution fruit from his storage backpack and set it on the table. This was the one dropped by the last Ninja Turtle. It looked like a brown acorn, shimmering faintly under the dim lamplight. Wanwan, look what this is. Wanwan came back, carrying the reheated food. The moment she spotted the fruit on the table, she froze completely. This, her voice trembled. An attribute fruit. Yes. Wang Rui nodded. A constitution fruit. Brother, you got this from fighting monsters. She set the dishes down on the table, hurried over, and picked up the fruit, turning it over in her hands in shock. Good heavens. I heard the drop rate for attribute fruits is lower than 1 in 10,000. You got one on your very first trip into the secret realm. Wang Rui had already prepared his excuse. Just luck. He smiled. Probably new player protection from the system, since it was my first time inside. Wang Wan looked at him doubtfully, yet the fruit in her hands was undeniably real. Brother, you should eat it. She pushed the fruit back into his palm. It will make you stronger. I don't need it. Wang Rui pushed it toward her. This one is for you. For me? Wang Wan's eyes widened. I'm not an awakener. What good would it do for me? Who said it won't help? Wang Rui looked at her earnestly. Ordinary people can still gain constitution from eating attribute fruits. Your body is weak right now. This will improve your physical fitness. When you awaken next year, higher base stats will greatly raise your odds of unlocking high-grade attributes. He was not making this up. Research data released by the Awakener Alliance proved that physical fitness before awakening directly correlated with attribute grades after awakening. Every SSS, rank genius, had their bodies nurtured with rare treasures from childhood. Gao Yang's SSS, rank attributes were partly thanks to high-grade attribute fruits he had consumed growing up. Wang Wan stared at Wang Rui, and her eyes grew watery. Brother, you risked your life to get this. Her voice choked up. You should take it. I don't want it. Listen to me. Wang Rui held the fruit to her mouth. I will get plenty more in the future. Wang Wan chewed reluctantly. The fruit dissolved, and a warm current flowed through her whole body. She could distinctly feel warmth spreading inside her, as if soaking in mild hot water. How do you feel? Wang Rui asked. It's incredible. She touched her arms. I feel like my skin feels better already. That is the effect. Wang Rui ruffled her hair gently. Let's eat. After dinner, Wang Wan washed the dishes. Wang Rui went into his bedroom, closed the door, and opened his status panel. Name, Wang Rui, Level 2, Class, Sword, Shielder Golden Legendary, Strength, 12, Agility, 12, Constitution, 121, Intelligence, 12, Spirit, 12, Health Points, 2520, Defense Value, 63, Physical Attack, 41, Experience Points, 5300ths, 120, 1 points of Constitution. Such stats would strike anyone as terrifying. But Wang Rui knew it was nowhere near enough. He opened the Awakener Alliance app and pulled up the benchmark data for SSS, rank attributes. SSS, rank Awakener baseline. Total 5, stat points above 450, averaging 90 points per attribute. With 90 Constitution, health would sit at 900, far lower than his current 2,500. There was a critical gap, however. Every time an SSS, rank Awakener leveled up, they gained 1 base point to each of the 5 stats plus 45 free attribute points. In other words, Wang Rui only gained 10 total attribute points per level, while an SSS, rank Awakener, gained 50. The disparity would keep growing larger. His only chance was to pull far ahead through attribute fruits. Wang Rui closed the app, lay on his bed, and stared at the ceiling. Tomorrow, he would go back to grind monsters again. Early the next morning, Wang Rui arrived once more at the secret Realm Plaza. A long queue still stretched before the entrance to the Ninja Turtle secret realm. Wang Rui paid the entry fee and stepped through the light portal. White light flashed, and he returned to the swamp. The surroundings were exactly the same as the day before. 100 Ninja Turtles had respawned. Wang Rui did not rush into combat. He first walked over to the large boulder in the middle of the swamp. He had spent an entire day right here, and he knew this area very well. He drew a deep breath, gripped his iron sword, and walked toward the nearest Ninja Turtle. This time, he did not even activate Sword Shield. He simply took the hits head-on. -0, the turtle bit him. The red damage number never even fully appeared. With 63 defense points, even after skill multipliers, the level 1 Ninja Turtle's attack could not break his defense. Wang Rui swung his sword with a blank expression. A few strikes later, the turtle collapsed. Killed level 1 Ninja Turtle, experience points +1. Current experience points, 51/300. Strength fruit. Wang Rui muttered to himself. A strength fruit dropped into his grasp. He consumed it. Strength +1. Physical attack +3. Wang Rui could feel his muscle fibers warming subtly, as if something inside him was reshaping his body. The sensation was strange and wonderful. Constitution fruits had made him tough to take down. Strength fruits made him hit harder. He picked up his iron sword and walked toward the second ninja turtle. A basic attack landed against the turtle shell. -25. Compared to the measly 22-point damage from the previous day, he now dealt 3 extra points of damage. It was still modest, yet the improvement was plain to see. Keep going. Wang Rui wasted no time and began another cycle. Pull groups of foes, land 4 basic attacks, use sword slash, land 4 more basic attacks. Every time he killed a turtle, he ate a strength fruit. At the 10th kill, his strength reached 22 points. Physical attack climbed to 66 points. Basic attack damage rose to 46. At the 20th kill, his strength hit 32 points. Physical attack reached 96 points. Normal attack damage, 76 points. At this point, he no longer needed sword slash to take down a ninja turtle. 7 basic attacks were enough to kill one. Wang Rui's monster farming speed kept increasing. When he had slain his 50th monster, he opened his status panel. Level 2, Strength, 62, Agility, 12, Constitution, 121, Intelligence, 12, Spirit, 12, Health Points, 2570, Defense Value, 63, Physical Attack, 191, Experience Points, 100 300ths, 62 points of Strength, and 191 points of Physical Attack. Looking at these numbers, Wang Rui's mouth curved into a faint smile. His basic attack now dealt over 170 points of damage to a ninja turtle. 3 strikes were enough to bring one down, and that was without activating any skills. With Sword Slash's 150% physical damage bonus, a single strike could deal nearly 300 points of damage. Adding true damage on top of that, he could one-shot a level 1 ninja turtle. Yet Wang Rui was in no hurry. He had something far more important to do. For the next 50 ninja turtles, he planned to farm agility fruits. Though shield swordsmen relied primarily on constitution, agility governed attack speed and movement speed. A tank who could only take hits was a living target. Agility fruit. Wang Rui adjusted the drop rate and struck down the 51st ninja turtle. An agility fruit appeared in the palm of his hand. He swallowed it. Agility +1. Attack speed +1%. Movement speed +1%. 52nd monster. Agility +1. 53rd monster. Agility +1. By the time he had slain his 100th monster, his agility had reached 62 points. His attack speed had risen by 52%. This meant he could land 3 attacks within 2 seconds. Wang Rui stood in the middle of the desolate swamp, splattered with green turtle blood. But his current state was worlds away from the day before. The previous day, killing 100 monsters had taken him 8 hours. Today, he had finished the same number in only 5 hours. That was the terrifying power of overwhelming stats. When your attributes vastly outstripped those of your foes, combat ceased to be a fight and became nothing but harvesting. Current experience points, 150/300. He still needed 150 more experience points to reach level 3. He could keep farming today. Wang Rui opened his backpack and tallied his gains for the day. 50 turtle shell materials, 50 turtle meats, 50 strength fruits consumed, 50 agility fruits consumed. He stepped out through the light gate and paid another 1,000 yuan to enter the instance. This time he would farm spirit fruits. His mana pool had always been insufficient, holding back his damage output. After collecting 50 spirit fruits, spirit, 62, mana points, 620. With this much mana, he had more than enough for his needs. He kept farming strength fruits. When he had slain his 100th monster, he opened his status panel. Name, Wang Rui. Level, 2, experience points, 250/300, class, Shield Swordsman Golden Legendary, Strength, 112, Agility, 62, Constitution, 121, Intelligence, 12, Spirit, 62, Health Points, 2720, Mana Points, 620. Defense Value, 63, Physical Attack, 341, Magical Attack, 36. His attributes had undergone a complete transformation, and his power had surged by leaps and bounds. He left the secret realm and headed for the trading square. It was the same shop as yesterday, run by the same middle-aged shopkeeper. Back again, the shopkeeper's eyes lit up upon seeing Wang Rui. How was your haul today? 100 turtle shells and 100 turtle meats. Wang Rui piled the materials onto the counter. The shopkeeper quickly counted them and transferred 14,000 yuan to his account. Kid, If I may ask, what level are you? Level 2. Wang Rue answered truthfully. The shopkeeper gave him a longer look. You've got real talent. Very few level 2 awakeners can gather this many materials. But take my advice, stop running this secret realm once you hit level 3. The Ninja Turtle secret realm suffers severe experience decay. Past level 3, you only get 1 experience point per kill, and it's far too slow. I know, Wang Rue nodded. Thanks for the warning. He had already been considering this. To advance from level 3 to level 4 required 400 experience points. At 1 point per monster, that would mean 400 kills, roughly 2 full days. Level 4 to level 5 needed another 500 points, which would take 3 days. Yet he cared little for leveling. Attribute fruits were what truly mattered. After reaching level 10, Awakeners had to clear a large-scale instance to advance further. These large-scale instances were extremely dangerous. One had to guard against monster attacks as well as betrayal from other human Awakeners. Many Awakeners lost their lives inside them. Even with his current stats, he was still not strong enough. He needed to farm far more attribute fruits. Wang Rue rode his electric scooter home. Wang Wan had no evening self-study classes today and was waiting for him early. Brother, she rushed forward the moment he walked through the door. How did it go today? Pretty good. Wang Rue pulled 2 attribute fruits out of his storage backpack. 1 red strength fruit and 1 green agility fruit. I picked up 2 today. He held them out to her. Eat 1 of each. Wang Wan stared at the fruits but did not take them. Brother, didn't you say attribute fruits drop less than once in 10,000 times? How do you keep getting them? Wang Rue had already prepared an explanation. Maybe I just got lucky. He shrugged. Besides, I killed 100 monsters today and got 2. That's about a 2% drop rate. Not completely unreasonable. The reasoning was plausible enough. The 1 in 10,000 figure was an average. Some people would naturally have better luck. Still skeptical, Wang Wan took the fruits and bit into each. Warm currents flowed through her body. She could distinctly feel her strength and reaction speed rising. How do you feel? Wang Rue asked. Like, my body feels lighter. She twisted her wrists. Brother, if I keep eating attribute fruits every day, could I awaken as an SSS rank next year? It's possible. He ruffled her hair. So keep eating them. I'll keep hunting for you. Wang Wan nodded hard, her eyes growing wet. Don't cry. He pinched her cheek lightly. Go heat up some food. I'm starving. Okay. Wang Wan hurried into the kitchen. Wang Rue sat at the table and pulled out his phone. Footage of Gao Yang clearing his first secret realm goes viral. Instant kills level 1 monsters in under 3 minutes. Awakeners Alliance releases new statistics. This year's new Awakeners average C rank attributes. Wang Rue opened Gao Yang's video. In the footage, Gao Yang stood in the center of an F rank secret realm surrounded by more than a dozen level 1 monsters. He raised his right hand, blue electric sparks dancing at his fingertips. Thunderous onslaught. A thick bolt of lightning crashed down from the sky, engulfing everything within a 10-meter radius. Dozens of monsters were charred in an instant and vanished in bursts of white light. The whole sequence lasted 2 seconds. The comment section flooded with messages. This is what SSS, rank plus orange epic power looks like. I'm so jealous. I can't even afford the instant entry fee. Wang Rue closed the video with a blank expression. His constitution stood at 121, strength at 112, and agility at 62. His strength and constitution already reached SSS rank standards, while agility and spirit hit A rank. Yet he knew it was not enough. SSS rank Awakeners gained 45 free attribute points per level. He only gained 5. The gap would widen drastically as levels rose. He had to gain an overwhelming advantage through attribute fruits. He locked his phone and mentally mapped out tomorrow's schedule. He would keep running the Ninja Turtle secret realm tomorrow. He needed to push both agility and spirit above 100 points. He checked his bank balance, 16,300 yuan. Paying back the 3,000 yuan loan from Tiansheng would be no problem. Borrowing 3,000 for 3 months under their lending terms meant paying back roughly 3,900 yuan in total. Money was not the issue. What troubled him were the words the scar-faced man had said, which had stuck in his mind like a thorn. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Early the next morning, Wang Rue arrived at the secret realm plaza, as usual. Instead of entering the Ninja Turtle instance, he headed for another F-rank secret realm, Slime Grassland. The monsters here were level 1 slimes. They dealt less damage than Ninja Turtles, but appeared in large swarms, making them far more efficient to farm. Wang Rue stepped inside and beheld a vast grassland. Countless blue, round, bodied slimes bounced across the green turf. He gripped his iron sword and strode forward. Slimes attacked by bouncing into their targets. Their damage output was low, only around 10 points. Against Wang Rui's current stats, it barely counted as an irritation. He stood in the middle of the grassland and swung his sword again and again. Right before each slime died, he adjusted its drop to produce an agility fruit. A green fruit dropped into his hand. He swallowed it. Agility +1. In 2 hours, he had wiped out 100 slimes. His agility and spirit both rose from 62 to 112 points. His attack speed and movement speed had increased by 112%. Wang Rui swung his iron sword. The blade sliced through the air with a sharp whistling sound. Fast. Far too fast. He could swing twice every second, and every strike landed cleanly on target. Current experience points, 50/400. He had reached level 3. All attributes received a small bonus, rising from 112 to 113. He assigned his 5 free attribute points entirely to Constitution. Level 3 to level 4 required 400 experience points. Killing 100 slimes had only granted him 50 points. The rate was slow, but Wang Rui was in no hurry. Level was secondary. Attributes were his foundation. In the afternoon, he re-entered the Ninja Turtle's secret realm. This time he farmed Constitution fruits. After consuming 100 Constitution fruits, his Constitution jumped by another 100 points. Wang Rui checked his status panel and nodded in satisfaction. His 5 core attributes now read: Strength, 113. Agility, 113. Constitution, 221. Intelligence, 13. Spirit, 113. His total attribute value surpassed the baseline 450 total points for a fresh SSS, rank Awakener. Wang Rui left the secret realm and went to the trading district. He sold 200 materials that day for 14,000 yuan. Added to his previous balance, his bank account now held 30,000 yuan. Just then, his phone buzzed with a message from the scar-faced man. "Kid, get the money ready. I'll come collect it at 8 tonight." Wang Rui slipped his phone away with a cold expression and rode his electric scooter toward the northern part of the city. When he got home, Wang was already out of school. "You're home early today." She set down her homework as he walked in. "I'll heat dinner up." "Not yet." Wang Rui pulled 3 attribute fruits from his storage bag: strength, agility, and intelligence. "Some people are coming over tonight. Stay in your room no matter what happens outside. Don't come out." Wang took the fruits, and her cheerful expression faded. "Is it those men from before?" Wang Rui nodded. "Brother, what if we call the police?" Her voice trembled. "It won't work." He shook his head. Tianqing Security held official business licenses within Jiangxing. Their lending services were legally contracted. The police could not resolve this matter. "But listen to me." He ruffled her hair. "I'm different now, remember? I'm a legendary class awakener." Wang stared at him, bit her lip, and finally nodded. She ate the fruits, took her schoolwork, shut herself in her bedroom, and closed the door. Wang Rui sat at the table and waited. At exactly 8 o'clock, footsteps echoed outside. More than one person was approaching. "Knock, knock, knock." Wang Rui opened the door. It was the scar-faced man's voice. Wang Rui stood and opened the door. 3 men stood outside. The scar-faced man led them, flanked by 2 large men in black suits. "Where's the money?" he demanded straight away. Wang Rui pulled out his phone and opened the transfer page. "I borrowed 3,000. Under your lending terms for 3 months, I received 2,700 upfront. Total repayment comes to 3,900, correct?" The scar-faced man raised an eyebrow, surprised Wang Rui had calculated everything so precisely. "That's right, 3,900. Wang Rui completed the transfer. The scar-faced man checked his phone to confirm the funds had arrived and pulled back his lips in an ugly grin. "Good. Our debt is settled." Yet he made no move to leave. But he drew out the word. "Word is you awakened a legendary class. Shield swordsman, isn't it?" Wang Rui said nothing. "Don't get defensive." The scar-faced man reached out to clap him on the shoulder. "I'm just curious to see your status panel. Legendary classes are rare. Our Tianqing company has never seen one in person." Wang Rui stepped backward, evading his hand. "Status panels are private for awakeners. Alliance regulations forbid viewing them without consent." The scar-faced man's expression darkened at once. "Don't act so high and mighty. Tianqing is offering you an opportunity. Do you really think you amount to much? A legendary class paired with frank base attributes leaves you with limited prospects." Wang Rui remained silent and looked at him calmly. That unyielding gaze enraged the scar-faced man. "Wang Rui, my name is Zhao Feng. I am a level 10 awakener from Tianqing. Wang Rui listened without replying. Zhao Feng kept talking. I've looked into you. Your parents died in the wild mists. Your elder sister married a worthless husband. You delivered takeout to support your little sister. You scraped together the registration fee only to awaken with poor base attributes. With every sentence, Wang Rui's gaze grew colder. I know you're frustrated. Zhao Feng smirked. But those are the facts. Frank attributes have hard limits. No amount of effort can break innate bounds. I'm offering you a chance. Come work as a trainee guard for Tianqing. 100,000 yuan a month, lodging and meals included. Your sister can move into company-provided dorms and be kept safe. Wang Rui stayed quiet for 3 seconds before answering. I decline. Zhao Feng's smile froze. What did you say? I said I decline. Wang Rui repeated. The money is paid. Our debt is cleared. If you have no further business, please leave. Silence hung in the air for several seconds. Then Zhao Feng burst out laughing. Ha ha, this kid really turns down a good offer. His laughter died, and his eyes turned menacing. Wang Rui, this is your last chance. Show me your status panel. Are you giving me orders? What do you think? The air grew heavy. In the next instant, Wang Rui moved. No one could track his motion. He moved so fast he left only an afterimage. In the blink of an eye, he stood directly before Zhao Feng, grabbed him by the neck with one hand, and slammed him hard against the wall. Bang! Plaster crumbled and dust swirled. Zhao Feng and his 2 subordinates could not process what had happened. By the time they registered the scene, their boss was pinned to the wall by Wang Rui's single hand around his throat. Zhao Feng's eyes bulged in utter disbelief. He was a level 10 assassin with Drank attributes. Normally, he could crush a newly awakened rookie with one hand. But Wang Rui's speed was inhuman. Zhao Feng's pupils constricted. I told you the debt is paid. Wang Rui released his grip. Zhao Feng slid down the wall, gasping and coughing. Don't come here again. And don't lay any plans on my sister. Wang Rui stepped back inside and closed the door. Dead silence fell outside. The 2 underlings stared at Zhao Feng, their faces pale. Zhao Zhaoji, are you all right? Zhao Feng said nothing. He pushed himself upright against the wall and stared at the plaster-covered wooden door, his expression complicated. In that brief moment, he had brushed against death. The teenager's hand around his neck had been as unyielding as an iron vice. That kind of strength could never come from frank base attributes. Could it be a skill? Zhao Feng took a deep breath and turned to leave. Let's go. The 2 men exchanged confused glances and hurried after him. The 3 vanished down the alley, leaving quiet behind them. Inside the house, Wang Rui leaned against the door and exhaled heavily. His hands trembled slightly, not from fear, but from excitement. That had been his first real-world fight. Grabbing and restraining his opponent had worked far better than he imagined. A level 10 awakener with Drank attributes had been completely powerless against him. That was the overwhelming power of superior stats. Brother? Wang Wan's voice came from behind. He turned and saw her standing in her bedroom doorway, clutching a fruit knife in her hand. It's over. They're gone. Wang Rui gave a small smile. Tears welled in her eyes, yet she held them back. Brother, you were incredible just now. Of course. He walked over and ruffled her hair. I told you I've gotten much stronger. Wang Wan nodded firmly and set the knife down on the table. Are you hungry? I'll heat up dinner. All right. That night, Wang Rui lay in bed, unable to sleep. One thought weighed on him. Zhao Feng's reaction had driven home a harsh truth. His secret would eventually come out. How could someone with frank base attributes grow so powerful in just 2 days? Careful investigation would uncover the abnormality. The next day, Wang Rui went monster farming as usual. He entered slime grassland and farmed 100 slimes for constitution fruits. Level 1 monsters' attacks could no longer even deal minimum scratch damage to him. He ran 4 full runs of slime grassland and collected 400 constitution fruits in total. He advanced to level 4. Yet when he tried to consume more constitution fruits, he found his constitution had hit 500 and would rise no further, not until he leveled up again. Back home in the evening, Wang Wan had already cooked dinner. Wang Rui pulled 2 fruits out of his storage bag and handed them over. 2 constitution fruits. Eat them. Wang Wan accepted them without hesitation and ate them. She could feel herself growing stronger day by day. She moved more nimbly, her physical strength improved, and even her homework writing speed increased. Brother, I think I can run faster than the sports class students at school, she said with a grin. Naturally. He ruffled her hair. Your constitution already surpasses that of most ordinary adults. Wang Wan smiled and said nothing. That night, Wang Rui paid off his remaining loan on the Awakeners Alliance app. Moments later, his phone lit up with a text message. Dear Mr. Wang Rui, Awakeners Alliance notice. Your comprehensive rating has been updated. Based on your recent Secret Realm performance, 10 Secret Realm completions, 1,000 monster kills, the system has assigned you a Brank potential rating. Your borrowing limit has been raised to 100,000 yuan. Brank potential. His rating had risen from crank to Brank. Wang Rui glanced at the text message and smiled. He had spent 4 straight days grinding inside the Secret Realm. His stats were logged each day, and all records were kept on file. Wang Rui put his phone away, not paying it much mind. A Brank potential rating unlocked a borrowing limit of 100,000 yuan, yet he had no use for it. If he wanted to, he could earn millions at any time. The next day, Wang Rui rode his electric scooter to the Secret Realm Plaza. Today he would keep farming the slime grassland. He fought 500 slimes over 8 hours. Congratulations. You have reached level 5. Congratulations. Your constitution, strength, agility, spirit, and wisdom have each increased by 1 point. Congratulations. You have obtained 5 free attribute points. Level 1 slimes no longer granted experience points, nor did they drop any loot. He opened his status panel. Name, Wang Rui, level 5, EXP, 0/600, class, Sword Shielder Golden Legendary, strength, 350, agility, 350, constitution, 500, intelligence, 15, spirit, 150, HP, 13500, MP, 1500, defense, 253, physical attack, 1055, magical attack, 45. As a level 5 awakened, his total attributes added up to 1365 points. Such figures were unprecedented across Jiangcheng, and even the whole of Huaxia. Even an SSS rank awakened would only reach a combined total of 700 points at level 5, for 150 base points plus 250 points from level up growth. Wang Rui boasted 1365 points, more than double that of an SSS rank awakened. A faint smile tugged at the corner of Wang Rui's mouth as he read his stats. That evening back home, he pulled out his phone and searched for Goblin Secret Realm. The Goblin Secret Realm was in Frank instance requiring a minimum entry level of 5. Located at the city center Secret Realm Plaza, it lay roughly a 10-minute ride away. Within dwelt level 5 goblins, 200 in total, divided into 3 types: Goblin Warriors, Goblin Archers, and Goblin Mages. The final boss was a level 10 Goblin Chieftain, a bronze rank boss with a 10% chance of dropping bronze-grade equipment upon defeat. Odds meant little to Wang Rui, however. He possessed absolute drop rate. So long as he killed a boss, he could specify exactly what gear would drop. Early the next morning, Wang Rui arrived at the bustling city center Secret Realm Plaza, its crowds many times denser than those at the previous plaza. Hey, isn't that the delivery guy awakened? The one with the legendary class? Him? The guy who started out with Frank base attributes. What's he doing here? The Goblin Secret Realm is level 5 only. He's only been awakened 5 days. Shouldn't he still be grinding level 1 instances? Probably just here to look around. Several people whispered among themselves. Wang Rui paid them no heed. He walked up to the realm administrator. Kid, you need to be level 5 to get in, and the entry fee is 10,000 yuan, the administrator warned. Wang Rui presented his identification for registration, scanned his phone, and paid the fee. With the administrator's approval, he stepped through the portal. The queue fell dead silent. Level 5. He's only been awakened 5 days. How is he already level 5? That can't be right. Did the system glitch? 5 days to level 5. That's growth speed on par with S-rank awakens. Dark woodland unfolded before Wang Rui's eyes. Damp rot hung heavy in the air, and thick fallen leaves crunched underfoot. In the distance, firelight flickered. Gripping his iron sword tight, Wang Rui headed toward the glow. 50 meters onward, he came upon a goblin encampment. A bonfire blazed in the camp center. 30 green-skinned little monsters huddled around it, short-statured with pointed ears and flat noses, clutching crude short swords and bows. Goblin Warrior level 5, HP, 1000, attack, 60, defense, 80, skill, brutal strike, deals 125% physical damage. Cooldown, 2 seconds. Goblin Archer level 5, HP, 800, attack, 90, defense, 50, skill, precise shot, deals 130% attack-based damage. Cooldown, 3 seconds. Goblin Mage level 5, HP, 850, magical attack, 95, defense, 40, skill, Shadow Orb. Releases a magic projectile dealing 135% attack-based damage. Cooldown, for seconds. Wang Rui stood at the camp's edge, sweeping his gaze over the horde of level 5 goblins. Against his current stats, These monsters posed zero threat whatsoever. His HP stood at 13,500, his defense at 253. None of these goblins could pierce his armor, not even scratch his skin, with their highest attack value sitting at a mere 95. What was more, they gathered in large groups, perfect for a full-scale slaughter. Wang Rui calculated his damage output. At 1,055 physical attack points, a normal strike would one-shot most level 5 goblins. Such was the overwhelming power of stat supremacy. He tightened his grip on his sword and marched into the camp. The goblins spotted him at once. Human. Invader. A goblin warrior brandished a wooden club and charged, screeching shrilly. Wang Rui did not dodge. He walked straight forward. The club crashed against his body. Not a single point of damage registered. Wang Rui counterattacked. Sword slash. His bronze-grade sword sliced across the goblin warrior's throat. Green blood gushed forth. Level 5 goblin warrior slain. Plus 50 EXP. Current EXP. 50/600. One strike, one kill. Without pausing, Wang Rui charged deep into the camp. A dozen goblins swarmed him all at once. Clubs and arrows hammered against his frame. 000, every blow amounted to nothing more than harmless taps. Wang Rui wove through the mob, using flash to close gaps and delivering blow after blow. He cleaved through warriors with sword skills and finished off others with basic attacks. Each strike landed true. One swing, one kill. 2 swings, one kill. 3 swings, one kill. In less than a minute, all 30 goblins lay dead. Green blood pooled across the ground, filling the air with a sharp, foul stench. Wang Rui checked his experience bar. Current EXP, 450/700. Congratulations. You have reached level 6. Congratulations. Your constitution, strength, agility, spirit, and wisdom have each increased by 1 point. Congratulations. You have obtained 5 free attribute points. Level 5 to 6 required 600 EXP. He had leveled after slaying only 12 goblins. After leveling to 6, goblins granted halved experience, dropping to 25 points each. This leveling pace far outstripped the level 1 secret realm. Wang Rui assigned all free points to strength, then consumed 99 constitution fruits from his backpack. His constitution jumped immediately to 600. The goblin corpses faded away, replaced by 30 treasure chests. Wang Rui opened the first chest. Every chest contained 1 strength fruit. A strength fruit materialized in his palm. He ate it without hesitation. Strength plus 30. After consuming all 30 fruits, his strength rose from 350 to 386. His physical attack climbed to 1163. Now even goblin warriors fell to his ordinary attacks. He lifted his eyes toward the deep forest, where another 170 goblins and their boss awaited. A grin spread across his face, and he strode onward. 10 minutes of walking brought him to a clearing. A ramshackle fortress built of timber and thatch stood before him. Its main gate consisted of rough wooden palisades, flanked by 2 3-meter-tall wooden watchtowers. Goblin archers manned each tower, sharp-eyed and watchful as they scanned their surroundings. More archers crouched along the wall beside the gate, arrows nocked and ready. Invader. The archer atop the left watchtower spotted Wang Rui and screeched in alarm. Every archer drew their bow. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Several arrows streaked toward Wang Rui's head, throat, and chest. He stood perfectly still. Projectiles clanged off him like striking steel and bounced away. 000. No damage numbers appeared. Wang Rui glanced upward at the tower guards. He picked up a stone from the ground, took aim, and threw. The rocks smashed squarely into the skull of the archer on the left tower. 1,111. Green blood splattered. The archer, with only 800 HP, toppled lifelessly from its perch. Level 5 goblin archer slain. Plus 25 EXP. The archer in the right tower shrank back in terror and loosed arrow after arrow. Too lazy to throw more stones, Wang Rui marched for the fortress gate. He planted his foot and kicked the wooden palisade. Boom. The double gate tore free of its frame and flew inward, crushing a dozen goblin warriors lying in ambush behind it. Wang Rui stepped inside. The fortress was larger than expected. A dirt road ran through its center, lined with crude huts. Groups of goblins crowded the ground, while over 100 by rough count. Warriors, archers, and mages clutching wooden wands hanging toward the rear. Human. Kill the human. A goblin warrior wearing a dented iron helmet raised its short sword and shrieked. The entire horde surged into motion. Warriors charged forward. Archers loosed volleys. Mages raised wands as dark purple orbs coalesced at their tips. Hundreds of goblins closed in from 3 directions. Arrows and shadow orbs rained down on Wang Rui. He did not move. Shadow orbs burst against his chest in clouds of purple smoke. Arrows clattered off his body. Warriors hacked at his arms, torso, and thighs. Every damage readout displayed 0. More than 30 goblin warriors swarmed around him. Blades sparked against his flesh, yet his health bar did not shift in the slightest. Finished. Wang Rui looked down at a goblin warrior hacking frantically at his knees. The small green creature looked up, its yellow eyes wide with raw fear. Wang Rui raised his sword. Sword slash. A blade arc flashed, and the goblin fell dead. He sidestepped out of the encirclement and charged into the archer ranks. Archers were helpless up close. He cut them down one after another. When goblin mages tried to retreat, Flash closed distance in an instant, and his sword pierced their chests. The whole fight lasted barely 5 minutes. Goblin bodies littered the dirt road. Green blood streamed along ruts in the earth. Wang Rui stood there, breathing slightly heavier, not from exhaustion, but from battle fever. He checked his status panel. Current EXP, 600/900. He had reached level 8, only 300 experience points short of level 9. He assigned 10 free attribute points, all to Constitution. He scanned the fortress grounds. Corpses faded away one by one, replaced by treasure chests, 170 of them spread thick across the ground. Wang Rui knelt and opened them one after another. All contained Constitution fruits. He ate every fruit. His Constitution shot from 600 to 800, leaving only a handful of extra fruits in his inventory. Upon hitting 800, a system prompt popped up. Constitution has reached the cap for your current level. Level up to raise it further. Another level-based restriction. Wang Rui frowned. His updated attributes: Strength, 386, Agility, 350, Constitution, 800, Intelligence, 15, Spirit, 150. Total attributes exceeded 1,700. For a level 8 awakened, such numbers were simply unbelievable. Satisfied, Wang Rui rose and gazed toward the innermost part of the fortress. There stood a far larger building hung with hides and bones, the crude chieftain's hall. That must be where the goblin chieftain resided. As Wang Rui took a step forward, the hall's doors burst open from within. A towering figure stomped out. 3 times the height of ordinary goblins, it stood 3 meters tall, its skin rough and dark green. Bulging muscles rippled across its frame. Its arms were thicker than Wang Rui's waist. A crown assembled from monster skulls sat atop its head, and in its hands it hefted a massive spiked mace caked with old dried blood. Goblin Chieftain Bronze Boss, level 10, HP 25,000, attack 300, defense 220. Skills: Furious Smash, a heavy overhead blow dealing 220% physical damage and slowing the target for 1 second. Cooldown: 5 seconds. Ground Stomp, stamps the ground, dealing 150% physical damage to all enemies within range, stunning them for 2 seconds and applying a minor movement speed reduction. Cooldown: 9 seconds. Bloodthirst Charge, bursts forward to slam into a target, dealing 190% physical damage and restoring HP equal to 30% of the damage dealt. Cooldown: 7 seconds. The chieftain lowered its gaze toward Wang Rui, hot air snorting from its nostrils. Its blood-red eyes burned with rage and killing intent. Human alone? The chieftain spoke in a deep, rumbling voice. Have you come to die? Wang Rui looked up at the giant monster and smiled. Guess. The goblin chieftain roared and slammed its mace into the ground. Ground Stomp. Boom. The whole fortress shook. Cracks spiderwebbed across the soil as a shockwave exploded outward. Wang Rui activated Sword Shield and stood firm. The shockwave washed over him. The chieftain's eyes widened in shock. Impossible, it bellowed in disbelief. Not giving it time to process, Wang Rui pushed off the ground and charged. The chieftain swung its spiked mace in a wide horizontal arc. The weapon howled through the air, powerful enough to crush an automobile on impact. Wang Rui raised his shield and took the blow head-on. Crash! Deafening metal clangs rang out. Wang Rui sank 3 centimeters into the soil, yet his arm never bent. The chieftain froze. Its full power strike had not moved the shield at all. Instead, recoil sent painful vibrations up its own arms. How can this be? Wang Rui met its gaze with calm eyes. You are a level 10 bronze boss? He asked casually, as if making small talk. Only 300 attack. Primal fear stirred in the chieftain. It understood all too well. Its attacks could never breach this human's defenses. No, impossible. How are you so strong? The chieftain stepped backward, genuine terror flaring in its crimson eyes. Wang Rui said nothing. He lifted his sword. Sword slash. Light flashed. The chieftain raised its mace to block, yet Wang Rui moved too fast. The blade slipped past the weapon and bit deep into its chest. 1969. Green blood sprayed outward. A deep gash split the chieftain's torso, nearly stripping away a tenth of its total health. Racked by agony, the chieftain howled. Abandoning all thought of fighting, it turned to flee. The 3-meter giant's retreat shook the earth. Wang Rui would not let it escape. Flash. In an instant he appeared directly in the chieftain's path. Another sword strike landed. 943. The chieftain staggered backward, its health dropping further. It swung its mace in desperation. Wang Rui evaded easily and struck blow after blow. Sword slash. 1969. The boss's health plummeted. It could not outrun Wang Rui, nor land a solid hit. Despair washed over it. 5 minutes later, the goblin chieftain's mace slipped from its grasp and crashed onto the dirt. It sank to its knees. Countless wounds crisscrossed its torso, and green blood soaked the ground beneath it. What sort of monster are you? The chieftain gasped, lifting its head for one last look. Blood-red eyes locked on Wang Rui. Wang Rui stood before it, sword pressed against its throat. Me? He smiled. A food delivery guy. He drew his blade across. The chieftain's head rolled across the ground, and its massive body crashed down. Congratulations. You have slain the level 10 bronze boss, Goblin Chieftain. Plus 3,000 EXP. Congratulations. You have reached level 9. Congratulations. You have reached level 10. Congratulations. Your constitution, strength, agility, spirit, and wisdom have each increased by 2 points. Congratulations. You have obtained 10 free attribute points. 2 consecutive beams of level-up light flared up on Wang Rui's body. Instead of rushing to allocate his newly gained attribute points, he stood quietly in place, waiting for the boss corpse on the ground to vanish. Barely 5 seconds later, the goblin chieftain's body dissolved into specks of light and faded away. At the exact spot where the boss had disappeared, a large bronze-colored treasure chest slowly materialized. Bronze boss treasure chest. Taking a deep breath, Wang Rui stretched out his palm and placed it on the chest's surface. Instantly, the boss drop rates appeared before his eyes. Bronze weapon drop rate plus 10%, bronze armor drop rate plus 10%, materials, other. Without the slightest hesitation, Wang Rui selected the weapon category. The page shifted immediately, displaying a neat array of bronze weapons. Bronze longsword, bronze greatsword, bronze short sword, bronze staff, bronze bow, bronze shield, and other weapon types were listed in order. Wang Rui's gaze lingered briefly on the bronze shield before moving past it. His current iron-grade shield was still serviceable. At this stage, boosting combat output was his top priority. Having made up his mind, Wang Rui activated his guaranteed drop effect and chose the bronze short sword. He then opened the bronze treasure chest. Inside lay a 3-foot-long bronze short sword. Its blade bore a warm brass sheen, its edge sharp and keen, and its hilt wrapped in thick beast hide. Bronze longsword, bronze grade, energy value 5, attack power 30, durability 20/20ths, equip level 0, bonus attribute, strength plus 10. Besides the bronze short sword, 2 additional bronze weapons lay within the chest. The second item was a round defensive shield roughly half a meter in diameter. Its face was carved with the snarling head of a wolf, forged from deep blue metal, with silver rivets lining its rim, giving it a heavy, imposing look. Bronze wolf head shield, bronze grade, energy value 5, defense 30, durability 80/80, equip level 0, bonus attribute, constitution plus 10. Wang Rui's eyes lit up sharply. He had not expected the shield to drop of its own accord. This bronze wolf head shield completely outclassed his old iron shield. Its defensive bonus and constitution boost were exceptionally valuable. He immediately swapped his gear, donning the new weapon and shield, and stowed his discarded iron-grade equipment in his storage backpack. The third treasure was a mage's staff. Shadow staff, bronze grade, energy value 5, spell power 30, durability 20/20ths, equip level 0, bonus attribute, intelligence plus 10. Unfortunately, he had no use for a staff, so he stored it in his backpack. These 3 pieces of equipment were extremely valuable, each worth nearly 10,000 credits. Yet the chest's gifts were far from exhausted. Beside the weapons rested a fist-sized translucent skill crystal, light swirling across its surface. Skill crystal, Mass Effect LV1. Effect, when socketed, raises the overall bonus of the corresponding skill by 10%. This is actually a skill crystal, used to strengthen an awakener's skills. Wang Rui's eyes brightened. Such a treasure would fetch over 10,000 credits on the market. Still, he had no intention of selling it. He planned to keep it for himself. Wang Rui put the skill crystal away. Also inside the chest were 3 attribute fruits, 1 constitution fruit, 1 spirit fruit, and 1 intelligence fruit. Alongside the attribute fruits lay numerous materials. After sorting through all the dropped loot, he noticed that every bronze-grade piece of equipment carried its own energy value, sparking his curiosity. He pulled out his phone and opened the official Awakener Alliance app to look up exactly what energy value did. After reading through the official documentation, its uses became perfectly clear. Equipment-bound energy value existed to unlock socket slots for an Awakener's skills. Every Awakener was born with 5 skills. Wang Rui possessed 1 passive skill, 3 active skills, plus a unique talent skill. His talent, Bloodline Amplification LV1, was already extremely powerful. It doubled his maximum health, and every monster he killed permanently increased his health by 1 point. Once skill slots were unlocked using energy value, skill crystals could be socketed into them. Take the newly acquired Mass Effect Skill Crystal. Sliding the crystal into a slot would raise his health bonus multiplier to 1.1 times. Normally, 1 point of Constitution granted 10 health points. With his Bloodline Amplification talent, that became 20 health points. Socketing the Mass Effect Skill Crystal would push it further to 22 health points. Each skill could have up to 5 socket slots unlocked, with unlocking costs rising progressively. Unlocking the first slot cost 100 energy value, and subsequent slots required increasingly more. Only equipment currently worn provided energy value. Gear stored inside the backpack granted none. According to the documents, higher quality, higher level equipment supplied greater amounts of energy value. Once he had packed everything away, Wang Rui checked his backpack and found it completely full. Ordinary goblins alone had dropped nearly 20 pieces of equipment and large quantities of materials for him. Adding in the boss loot, the equipment alone was worth roughly 60 to 70,000 credits, not counting materials. A flash of white light. Wang Rui's figure slowly emerged from the secret realm exit. He's out. He's out. It really is Wang Rui. Some people said he went into the goblin secret realm, and I didn't believe them. Turns out it's true. Holy crap. How did he get to level 5 so fast? Didn't he just go in a short while ago? How is he already out? Guys, wait for me. I'm going to interview him. Whispers broke out all around. Wang Rui paid them no mind and walked straight toward the plaza exit. He had barely taken a few steps when a young girl in a pink hoodie holding a selfie stick darted out from the crowd and blocked his path. A phone was mounted on her selfie stick, its screen scrolling rapidly with livestream comments. Printed on the hoodie's chest was the logo, Jiangxing Secret Realm Explorer. She was Shun Xiaolu, a small-time streamer who covered Secret Realm expeditions. Brother Rui. Shun Xiaolu held the selfie stick closer, her eyes brimming with curiosity and excitement. Can I ask you one question? How many goblins did you kill inside the secret realm? Wang Rui glanced at her. The camera was pointed directly at his face, and comments flooded across the screen. This is Wang Rui. The Golden Legend class job holder looks just like this. Whoa, how did someone with F-rank attributes hit level 5 so fast? Is the Golden Legend class job really that overpowered? He's just a former food delivery guy. I bet he didn't fight a single monster, just wandered around inside and came back out. Ha ha, Golden Legend class job paired with F-rank attributes. The heavens really know how to crack jokes. Wang Rui read the comments with an impassive expression and said in a cool tone, "Move aside." He stepped sideways, intending to walk past her. At that moment, a familiar voice came from behind him. Well, if it isn't our so-called legendary genius. Wang Rui halted. Zhang Mingyuan sauntered over from the front of the line, trailed by several newly recruited lackeys. He wore brand-new bronze-grade leather armor with an S-rank Awakener commemorative badge pinned to his chest, putting on quite a show. Wang Rui, you actually dared to enter the goblin secret realm? Zhang Mingyuan looked him up and down, his smile thick with disdain. Did you just wander inside, realize goblins hunt in packs, and sneak your way back out? He paused, turned toward the onlookers, and asked dramatically, Am I right, guys? Yeah. His lackeys joined in, jeering. Zhang Mingyuan clapped a hand on Wang Rui's shoulder and lowered his voice with a sneer. Wang Rui, F-rank attributes are your fate. Accept it. The goblin secret realm is way above you. Stick to delivering food and don't get yourself killed. Wang Rui had wanted nothing to do with him, but this deliberate provocation drew a faint, amused smile to his lips. Zhang Mingyuan, how many monsters did you kill in the goblin secret realm? Zhang Mingyuan froze for a second, then puffed out his chest, brimming with pride. 30 goblins. Look at me, I'm already level 6. Impressed, he displayed his level marker. Berserker LV6 Wang Rui clapped slowly, a strange smile on his face. Impressive. Truly incredible. He gave Zhang Mingyuan a thumbs up. Zhang Mingyuan choked, his expression darkening. What are you getting at? Suddenly a gasp rippled through the crowd. Whoa, Wang Rui is level 10. No way, that can't be real. Anyone with the inspect skill check him. Holy hell, it's true. Level 10. I inspected too, definitely level 10. Good grief. He was only level 5 when he went in. Now he's level 10. That means he cleared the entire Goblin Secret Realm. I remember that only a handful of people managed to clear the Goblin Secret Realm on their first attempt each year. Just yesterday Gao Yang and Lin Qingxue cleared it. No one expected Wang Rui to be the third. Have you noticed? Gao Yang and Lin Qingxue both took 2 hours to finish it, but Wang Rui did it in under 1 hour. Now that you mention it, you're right. Everyone stared at Wang Rui in shock. Comments on Shun Xiaolu's livestream exploded. What? Level 10. Screenshot saved. A genius. The real deal genius. But everyone said he has F-rank attributes. How is he leveling this fast? Does the Golden Legend class job ignore attribute stats? The legendary class Awakener, all major powers turned away, has hit level 10 just 6 days after awakening. This is such a brutal reality check. Zhang Mingyuan's smile froze on his face, as if he had just been slapped. His lips moved, yet words caught in his throat. This can't be. The crowd waiting in line erupted. Level 10? Only 6 days? It took me 3 whole months to reach level 10. Remember the awakening ceremony? He stood on that stage while everyone mocked him and didn't say a word. I thought there was something special about him back then. Shun Xiaolu's hands shook as she gripped her selfie stick. She nearly screamed into her stream. Level 10, everyone. He's level 10. Wang Rui is my new idol. I'm tearing up. She turned to look for Wang Rui, only to see his slender figure had already vanished through the plaza exit. Viewers in Shun Xiaolu's stream took screenshots and posted them to Weibo and Douyin. Hashtag Wang Rui level 10 climbed Jiangxing's local trending list at a visible pace. Within 10 minutes, the topic broke into the top 10. Wang Rui reaches level 10. The so-called food delivery guy with a Golden Legend class job and F-rank attributes hits level 10 6 days after awakening. A second trending topic appeared immediately after. All major powers rejected him. Now he's level 10. Are your faces burning? Meanwhile, phones were ringing non-stop in conference rooms across multiple major organizations. At Qingxue Group, Lin Qingxue sat in a conference room discussing raid strategies for level 10 large-scale dungeons with several fellow Awakener. Her secretary suddenly pushed open the door, looking stunned. Miss Qingxue, something has happened. Lin Qingxue looked up. What is it? The secretary held out her phone. The trending post was displayed on the screen. Lin Qingxue went rigid. She took the phone and stared at it for 3 full seconds, confirming she was not seeing things. Level 10, she murmured. 6 days, level 10, memories of the awakening ceremony surfaced, of that calm young man. She had known she had seen something special in him. She had known her Wang Rui would astonish the whole world. Even so, she had not expected him to go this far this fast. Miss Qingxue, the secretary asked softly, should we try to contact Wang Rui? Lin Qingxue handed the phone back, stood up abruptly, her gaze sharp. Arrange a secure vehicle. I am going to visit him in person. Over at Xiangxing Group, the atmosphere in the conference room was equally heavy. Zhao Donglai, the marketing director who had shouted an offer of 10 million annual salary at the awakening ceremony, stood before the CEO's desk, sweat beading on his forehead. 18 million credits. Do whatever you must to bring him in. The CEO slammed his phone down on the desk. He cleared the Goblin Secret Realm on his first try. Do you understand what that means? Senior Gao personally wants this man recruited. Zhao Donglai wore a bitter look. Sir, you were the one who ordered me to withdraw the contract back then. That was then. The CEO banged the table. Back then he had F-rank attributes. No one could have foreseen how quickly he would level up. Tons have changed. We must secure someone with this much potential. Zhao Donglai kept silent. At Dawn Organization's Jiangxing branch, several core members sat around a round table with Wang Rui's complete dossier spread out before them. He cleared the Goblin Secret Realm on his first attempt. Division Leader Song Yi stared at the trending post for a long time before speaking. What do you think enabled him to pull this off? It must be the special traits of a legendary class job, someone guessed. Song Yi set down his phone and rose to his feet. I want to meet Wang Rui in person tomorrow. At the Jiangxing Awakener Association, Chen Jinping sat in his office staring at the trending news, his brows knitted tightly. He picked up his phone and dialed the association's data center. Pull all records of Wang Rui's secret realm entries. Half an hour later, a detailed report was faxed onto his desk. Chen Jinping read through it, his expression growing increasingly grave. The report listed which secret realms Wang Rui had entered in timestamps. What truly made his eyes widen was the data for the Goblin secret realm. His clear time, 46 minutes. Gao Yang had taken 1 hour and 45 minutes. Lin Qingxue had taken 1 hour and 56 minutes. Could his potential surpass even Lin Qingxue and Gao Yang? It seemed impossible, yet the data spoke for itself. Chen Jinping picked up his phone and dialed a number. Prepare the car. I'm going to pay someone a visit right now. Meanwhile, at the Zhou family residence in the eastern district of the city, Zhou Wenlong sat at the head of the table eating dinner. Wang Fong sat beside her husband Zhou Wenlong. Her bowl held only a small portion of rice and a few green vegetables. Her face was calm, yet her fingers twisted nervously at the hem of her scarf beneath the table. Zhou Hui, her sister, in-law, sat slouched in her chair, scanning the dishes on the table with a critical eye. Mom, this food is way too plain. Zhou Hui picked up a piece of slightly yellowed stir-fried green vegetable, brought it toward her mouth, then set it down in disgust. I'm going to awaken next year. Can't you buy more meat? Sitting beside Zhou Hui, mother-in-law Lu Tsawa took a sip of soup and set her bowl down with a noticeable clink. We are short on household funds this month because certain people keep sending money to their birth family. Lu Tsuehua shot a glance toward Wang Fong, her voice loud enough for everyone seated at the table to hear clearly. I always said a married daughter belongs to her husband's household, yet she keeps funneling our family's money over there. Wang Fong kept her head lowered and said nothing. Zhou Wenlong set down his chopsticks and frowned. Mom, Xiaofeng only sent 1,000 credits to her brother. Wang Rui needed money for his awakening. 1,000 credits is still money. Zhou Hui cut in, her voice sharp and quick. And it was all wasted anyway. Wang Rui got a Golden Legend class job, but F rank attributes. What good is that? News outlets all say even the best job is useless with terrible attributes. She stressed the word useless and glanced pointedly at Wang Fong's face. Wang Fong's lips trembled. Her fingers twisted the scarf even tighter under the table, but she still held her tongue. Zhou Wenlong frowned and said in a deep voice, Zhou Hui, watch your tone. Don't call him useless. That is my brother-in-law. Am I wrong? Zhou Hui put down her chopsticks and brought the conflict out into the open. Brother, haven't you seen the trending topics? The whole internet mocked him on Awakening Day. Golden Legend, class job paired with F rank attributes. People nickname him the genius food delivery man. A couple days ago I saw a clip online. Someone photographed him farming turtle-type monsters in a level 1 secret realm. Zhou Wenlong's frown deepened. A level 1 secret realm? Lu Tsuehua set down her bowl. Wenlong, you entered level 3 secret realms shortly after awakening, didn't you? That's different. Zhou Wenlong tried to defend Wang Rui, yet struggled to find the right words. Different how? Zhou Hui would not drop the subject. Even new awakener can beat those turtle monsters that hide in their shells when hurt. Brother, think about it. Our family doesn't have much money, and it got thrown away on someone like him. Isn't that a loss? Wang Fong finally lifted her head. Shall we? Her voice was soft yet firm. Wang Rui is not useless. He works extremely hard and tries his best. He was always the most sensible child growing up. That 1,000 credits was money I earned myself. It had nothing to do with Wenlong. TCH. Zhou Hui rolled her eyes. See? You're so biased you can't stand anyone criticizing your brother. Mom, look at her attitude. I barely said anything, and she's already jumping to his defense. Lu Tsuehua patted Zhou Hui's hand and turned toward Wang Fong. Xiaofeng, it is fine for you to care for your brother, but you have to remember whose family you belong to. Wenlong can no longer enter secret realms. He only earns money working as a community patrol officer. You ought to be more understanding. Wang Fong sighed inwardly. Her husband earned 30,000 credits each month, yet 20,000 of it went toward Zhou Hui's expenses. Mom, Zhou Wenlong interjected. Can we drop this topic and just eat? Lu Tsuehua glanced at her son and held her tongue. Zhou Hui refused to let it go. Brother, you are far too lenient. Look at your own gear. That bronze armor is 2 years old already. Your bronze bracers are almost worn out. If you save that money to upgrade your own equipment, you might get hurt less on the job. Enough, enough, Zhou Wenlong cut her off. Can we just enjoy dinner today? Zhou Hui pouted and picked up her chopsticks again, still grumbling under her breath. It's just the truth. She keeps giving money away to outsiders, and I can't even afford proper nutritional supplements. Shall we? Lu Tsuehua shot her daughter a sharp glare. The topic finally died down. For roughly 2 seconds, everything was quiet. The mobile phone on Zhou Wenlong's table suddenly vibrated. The screen lit up with a news push notification. He glanced down, and his gaze froze on the screen. It took merely 3 seconds for his expression to shift from nonchalance to confusion, then to shock. What's wrong? Wang Fong noticed something amiss and asked in a low voice. Zhou Wenlong said nothing. His fingers swiped rapidly across the screen as he opened the trending search link. The content displayed on the phone made his pupils constrict sharply. Hashtag Wang Rui level 10 hashtag genius food. Delivery man clears Goblin secret realm in 46 minutes hashtag those big forces that rejected him before. Are they embarrassed now hashtag 3 trending topics occupied the top 3 spots on the city-wide hot search list. Zhou Wenlong practically sprang out of his chair. Staring wide-eyed at the screen, his lips trembled, and he could not utter a single word for a long time. Zhou Hui watched her brother's strange behavior in bewilderment, still chewing a stalk of green vegetable. Brother, what are you looking at? Zhou Wenlong did not reply. He simply held the phone out before her. Zhou Hui glanced at it dismissively, and the green vegetable fell right onto the table. This can't be. Her eyes widened to the size of copper bells, her voice cracking. He actually cleared the Goblin secret realm? Seeing her son and daughter react like this, Lu Tsuehua hurried over to look at the phone. Wenlong. Lu Tsuehua's tone had completely changed, worry and bewilderment written across her face. Is this Wang Rui really level 10? Zhou Wenlong nodded hard and scrolled to the comment section, holding the phone toward her. The top highly upvoted comment. F. Rank-based stats? Has anyone ever seen someone with F. rank stats hit level 10 in 6 days? I'm sure the test on Awakening Day must have been wrong. This guy's talent is at least S. rank. The second comment. Sources say Lin Qingxue from Qingxue Group is already preparing to contact him. The marketing director of Qiangxing Group has gone in person to recruit him, and Song Yi, squad leader of the Dawn organization, has also let word out that he wants to meet Wang Rui. Reading the second comment, Zhou Wenlong gasped. Every single one of these powers was far out of his reach. Yet now, they were all competing for the man they had once looked down on. Zhou Hui's complexion alternated between green and pale. After her brother took back the phone, she stayed silent for a long while before forcing out words. It's fake. These news reports, it could all be hype. Hype. Zhou Wenlong shot his sister a glare, barely containing his agitation. Don't talk nonsense. Zhou Hui's lips quivered, unable to offer any retort. Lu Tsuehua was utterly dumbfounded. She turned toward Wang Fong, her expression transforming in an instant from cold indifference to warm enthusiasm. Xiao Fong. Her voice turned extremely gentle. That boy Wang Rui really has made something of himself. Come to think of it, it has been about 6 days since he awakened. We still haven't gone to visit him. How about tomorrow? You and Wenlong go see him together. Sitting there, Wang Fong met her mother-in-law's beaming smile. All right, Mom. Lu Tsuehua broke into a wide grin. Zhou Wenlong sat watching his wife's calm composure, a swirl of conflicting emotions welling up inside him. He wanted to say something, but after opening his mouth, he said nothing in the end. Only Zhou Hui remained resentful. Her mouth opened and shut, yet she could not find a single counter-argument. Zhou Wenlong put his phone away, picked up his rice bowl, and spoke in a quiet but resolute voice. Let's eat. Tomorrow I'm going to look for Wang Rui. Lu Tsuehua quickly chimed in. Yes, go pay him a visit. And invite him over for a casual home-cooked meal this weekend. Wenlong, you young people should keep in touch. After all, you are practically family. When Wang Rui walked out of the Secret Realm Plaza, his phone had vibrated no fewer than 30 times. Missed calls and text messages flooded in. He glanced at the screen. All were unfamiliar numbers. Some were marked Qiangxing Group, others Dawn Organization, along with countless companies and guilds he had never heard of. Wang Rui muted his phone and stuffed it into his pocket. He mounted his electric scooter and headed for the city's trade district. The city trade district was Jiangxing's largest gathering hub for Awakener supplies. Shops lined the streets, stocking everything from low-grade materials to high-grade gear. The most magnificent building within the trade district was the Myriad Pavilion, a 3-story blue stone structure, with 2 Awakener soldiers clad in bronze armor standing guard at its entrance. This was Jiangxing's premier Awakener trade house, backed by the Awakener Alliance. It boasted the best reputation and fair buying prices. Wang Rui parked his scooter in front of the Myriad Pavilion and stepped inside. Bright lamplight filled the hall, where several shop assistants busied themselves behind counters. A young, pretty female clerk spotted Wang Rui and hurried over with a professional smile. "Sir, how may I assist you?" "I wish to sell some materials," Wang Rui said. "Please come inside, sir," the clerk smiled. Just then, a voice rang out. "Little brother Wang Rui, what a pleasure to meet you." A middle-aged man descended the staircase from the second floor. At the sight of him, the clerk's expression shifted, and she bowed and stepped aside at once. Wang Rui looked upward. The middle-aged man wore a well-tailored black robe. Pinned to his chest was a golden badge engraved with the words Myriad Pavilion, Pavilion Master. Zhou Tong, Pavilion Master of the Myriad Pavilion's Jiangxing branch, an influential figure throughout the entire trade district. "Welcome, Mr. Wang Rui. Forgive us for not greeting you sooner." Zhou Tong strode over to Wang Rui with a broad smile and held out his hand. "I am Zhou Tong, Pavilion Master of the Myriad Pavilion. I have seen the trending news. Level 10 in 6 days, clearing the Goblin Secret Realm on your first attempt. Truly a promising young talent." Wang Rui shook his hand. "Pavilion Master Zhou knows who I am." "Ha ha ha. Who in all of Jiangxing does not know you?" Zhou Tong laughed and guided Wang Rui toward the upper floor. "As soon as the hot search went up, I knew about it. Even my own daughter said you were impressive. Come, let us talk upstairs." The clerk froze where she stood, staring as their pavilion master personally escorted the young man upstairs, her jaw hanging open. Realization dawned on her in the next instant, and her eyes went wide. In the private upstairs room, tea fragrance curled gently through the air. Zhou Tong personally poured Wang Rui a cup of tea and studied his face. "Brother Wang, what fine goods have you brought with you this time?" Wasting no time, Wang Rui emptied everything from his storage backpack onto the table. Clatter. Gear, materials, and fruits piled high across the tabletop. Zhou Tong's eyes lit up immediately. 19 pieces of black iron gear dropped by level 5 goblins. Wang Rui counted them one by one. 170 sets of goblin materials, 3 sets of boss materials. He set down the shadow staff on the table. "A bronze-grade staff. I have no use for it, so I am selling it." Zhou Tong picked up the staff and examined it closely, a flicker of surprise crossing his eyes. "Bronze grade, dropped by the goblin chieftain." He lifted his gaze. "You really did clear the goblin secret realm?" "Yes." "How long did the full run take?" 46 minutes. Zhou Tong drew in a deep breath, set the staff down, and his perspective toward Wang Rui changed completely. "Mr. Wang, I will give you a fair offer for all these items." He tapped away on a calculator. 19 black iron pieces, 1,000 apiece, totaling 19,000. 170 sets of ordinary materials, 10,000 for the bundle. 3 sets of boss materials, 1,500 each, for 1,500 total. The bronze staff, 15,000. That adds up to 48,500. I will round it up for you to 50,000. Does that sound agreeable? Wang Rui nodded. Deal. This price was nearly 20% higher than standard market buy rates. Among the gear, only weapons and garments held high value, the rest were cheap. Zhou Tong was clearly trying to curry favor. Zhou Tong transferred the money without delay, then rubbed his hands together with a smile. "Mr. Wang, in future, please consider the Myriad Pavilion first for all your spoils. Rest assured, our prices will always be the highest across the city." Wang Rui gave him a glance. "I can do that." Delighted, Zhou Tong pulled a dark gold card from a drawer and presented it with both hands. "This is our Myriad Pavilion VIP card. Holders receive a 10% premium when selling goods here and a 10% discount on all purchases." Wang Rui took the card and slipped it into his pocket. "Thank you." He stood to leave, yet Zhou Tong called out to stop him. "Mr. Wang, there is something I ought to mention. Speak your mind. You are extremely popular right now, and countless factions have their eyes fixed on you. Some of these groups do not conduct themselves honorably." Zhou Tong lowered his voice. "If anyone gives you trouble, you may come find me anytime." The Myriad Pavilion still wields some influence within Jiangxing. Wang Rui stared at him for 2 seconds and nodded. "My gratitude, Pavilion Master Zhou." When Wang Rui walked out of the Myriad Pavilion and reached his electric scooter, a white Porsche glided over and pulled to a silent stop right in front of him. The window rolled down, revealing an exquisitely beautiful face. Lin Qingxue. She was not wearing her school uniform today. Dressed in casual white clothing with her long hair falling over her shoulders, she looked less sharp, willed, and more soft and youthful. "Rui Ji." She pushed open the car door and stepped out, smiling gently. "You truly are extraordinary." Wang Rui looked at her. "Qingxue, what are you doing here?" "I came looking for you specifically." Lin Qingxue stepped before him, her expression earnest. There is something I wish to discuss with you. Leaning against his scooter with folded arms, Wang Rui said, What is it? Lin Qingxue got straight to the point without beating around the bush. 4 days from now, a large-scale secret realm will open, the Beast Horde Siege. Will you take part? Wang Rui's brows lifted slightly. He had read about the Beast Horde Siege on the Awakener Alliance app. It was a large-scale quest secret realm. To advance past level 10, Awakener candidates had to complete this trial. Its mechanics were unique. Instead of purely hunting monsters, it was a defense mission. Beast hordes assaulted a human city. Participants had to defend the city's crystal core from destruction within the time limit to complete the quest. The secret realm boasted extremely high mortality rates, yet the rewards were incredibly generous. Lin Qingxue went on. This trial secret realm opens once every month. Its difficulty is formidable. It is a large team instance. Enemies range from level 10 to 20, and the final boss is a level 20 silver rank Beast King. Why are you asking whether I will join? Wang Rui questioned. Because you possess a Golden Legend ranked class, Lin Qingxue explained. You cleared the Goblin secret realm with ease. I have every reason to believe you would be one of our best candidates. Wang Rui fell silent for several seconds. What are the rewards? A faint smile tugged at Lin Qingxue's lips. She knew Wang Rui was tempted. If you achieve an S-rank evaluation upon clearing it, you will obtain a skill upgrade stone. Wang Rui's heart skipped a beat. A skill upgrade stone. An extremely rare treasure capable of raising a skill from LV1 to LV2. On the open market, one sold for no less than 100,000. On top of that, evaluation points may be exchanged for a full set of silver rank gear. She paused, then added, You would not want to wait another whole month for the next trial opening, would you? Wang Rui did not answer immediately. He quickly weighed everything over in his mind. A skill upgrade stone, silver rank equipment. All of these were exceptional prizes. Moreover, the Beast Horde Siege required defending a city. That meant he would not need to chase monsters all across the realm. He only needed to hold one defensive position. A sword shielder skill set was perfectly suited for this style of combat. Who else will be on the team? Wang Rui asked. Lin Qingxue shook her head. The party includes myself, Gao Yang, plus several other capable fighters. Gao Yang and I will hold one city gate. If you can hold another gate, I can guarantee you will at minimum receive an S-rank evaluation. Wang Rui pondered for a moment. I need to think it over. I will give you my answer tomorrow. Lin Qingxue did not press him. She nodded and took a document out from the car, handing it over. This contains all known intelligence on the Beast Horde Siege, monster types, attack wave patterns, boss abilities. Take it home and read through it. Give me your decision tomorrow. Wang Rui accepted the document and stored it inside his backpack. All right. Lin Qingxue turned and climbed back into the car. She rolled down the window and glanced toward him one last time. Wang Rui, I hope you will come. With that, the white Porsche glided away from the trade district. Shortly after Wang Rui rode his scooter out of the trade district, a black Audi blocked his path. Its license plate read Jiang Agro 0001, official vehicle belonging to the Jiangxing Awakener Association. The car door opened, and Chen Jinping stepped out from the back seat. Student Wang Rui. Chen Jinping's voice was steady and powerful. Might I trouble you for a few minutes? Wang Rui cut the engine and looked at this man, one of Jiangxing's top 3 strongest Awakener. What can I do for you, President Chen? Chen Jinping walked up to him and sized him up from head to toe. I never imagined I would misjudge someone so completely. Chen Jinping came straight to the point. Level 10 in 6 days, clearing the Goblin secret realm. I hold great interest in you. Wang Rui said nothing. I have come today on behalf of the Awakener Alliance to formally extend an invitation for you to join us. Chen Jinping pulled a black ID credential from his pocket and held it out. Wang Rui took it and flipped it open. Printed on it were his photo and basic personal details. Under position, it read, Awakener Alliance, Tier 1 member. What benefits come with joining the Alliance? Wang Rui asked. Chen Jinping held up 3 fingers. First, entry fees for every secret realm instance are fully waived for you. You will never need to pay to enter secret realms again. Wang Rui's eyes brightened a little. Those fees were no trivial matter. Entering the Goblin secret realm alone had cost him 10,000, and higher-tier secret realms would be even more expensive. Over time, this would amount to a large sum. Second, you gain access to the Alliance's internal resource market. Whenever valuable goods surface, you receive instant notifications. You may purchase rare supplies including attribute fruits, skill books, equipment, and potions. Wang Rui felt temptation stir within him. He recalled the Alliance's exclusive marketplace app, where rare items were listed for sale, accessible only to registered members. Third, you gain unrestricted access to intelligence archives for every Alliance-managed secret realm. That includes detailed walkthroughs, monster statistics, and boss skill descriptions for large-scale instances you have yet to enter. Chen Zhengping finished speaking and looked toward Wang Rui. How do these three terms sound? Wang Rui drew in a deep breath. Every single one of these offers addressed his most pressing needs, especially the secret realm intelligence, which was what he lacked most right now. What would I be required to do? Wang Rui asked. Chen Zhengping replied. Simple. Focus on leveling up. He paused and added. Your level remains low for now. You will only be expected to contribute to humanity's cause once you reach level 30. Wang Rui thought it over and nodded. I accept. A satisfied smile appeared on Chen Zhengping's face. He retrieved a contract from the car and handed it over. Then please sign here. From this day onward, you are a member of the Awakener Alliance. Wang Rui read carefully through the contract. Its clauses matched exactly what Chen Zhengping had stated, with no hidden pitfalls. He signed his name and handed the contract back. After putting the contract away, Chen Zhengping took out a palm-sized black badge engraved with the Awakener Alliance's emblem. This is your membership badge. Present it to enter secret realms, and you will not need to pay admission fees any longer. Wang Rui took the badge and placed it in his pocket. It was nearly 6 o'clock in the evening by the time he arrived home. Wang Wan was bent over the desk, doing her homework. 2 plates of food sat there, covered with bowls to keep them warm. Brother, you're home. At the sound of the door opening, Wang Wan jumped to her feet. You are all over the hot searches. Do you know that? Wang Rui smiled faintly. I know. Brother, you are absolutely amazing. Wang Wan threw herself over and clung to his arm, stars shining in her eyes. Everyone in my class is talking about you. They say you are this generation's biggest dark horse. Some of my classmates even admire you greatly. Wang Rui flicked her forehead. Quit daydreaming. It's true. Rubbing her forehead, Wang Wan grinned. Brother, you are a celebrity now. Ignoring her remark, Wang Rui pulled 1 constitution fruit and 1 intelligence fruit out of his backpack and set them on the table. Eat these. Staring at the 2 fruits, Wang Wan's smile faded. Brother, did you obtain these today? Yes. Brother, tell me honestly. Wang Wan looked at him earnestly. Do you have some special method that lets you consistently obtain attribute fruits? Wang Rui's movement stilled. He met his younger sister's clear eyes and stayed silent for several seconds. Wang Wan, there are some things I cannot tell you right now. His voice was soft. It is not that I do not trust you. Knowing too much could put you in danger. Wang Wan pressed her lips together and did not press for answers. She picked up the fruits and ate them quietly. Brother, I am just worried about you. Her head hung low, her tone subdued. You carry so many burdens all by yourself. I am afraid you will wear yourself out. Wang Rui reached out and ruffled her hair. I am fine. You are lying. Wang Wan lifted her face, the corners of her eyes glistening. Every time you say that, you are lying. Wang Rui chuckled and pinched her cheek. Wang Wan's cheeks flushed at once. Brother, stop pinching my face, that's annoying. After dinner, Wang Rui lay down on his bed. He opened his trait system. Your Awakener level has reached level 10. Would you like to draw a new trait? Draw, congratulations. You have obtained the trait Equal Fate of All Beings. Equal Fate of All Beings. You may drag your opponent into an isolated dimension. Within this space, your opponent's level is reduced to match your own. The dimension lasts for 5 minutes, or until one side secures victory. Elation washed over Wang Rui. He had never expected to roll such a powerful trait upon leveling to 10. Secret realms opened after level 10 were all large-scale instances. Not only would he have to fend off monster beasts, he would also need to guard against hostile human players. With this trait, he would no longer fear being targeted by higher-level foes. Whenever he chose, he could pull enemies into the Equal Fate dimension. Trapped at level 10 just like him, his stats and skills would grant him overwhelming superiority against anyone. He opened the document given by Lin Qingxue and flipped through it page by page. Beast-Tide Siege Battle. The Beast Horde attacked from 4 city gates, with identical monster forces at each gate. First wave, level 10 Swift Wolves, 100 in number. Fast-moving, high attack, low health. Second wave, level 12 Giant Bears, 50 in number. High defense, massive health pool. Third wave, level 14 Night Assassins, 30 in number. Stealth capability, high burst damage. Fourth wave, level 16 Flame Mages, 20 in number. Ranged spellcasters with area of effect attacks. Fifth wave, level 18 Orc Warriors, 10 in number. High attack and defense, multiple combat skills. Final boss, level 20 Silver Tier, Beast Lord. Health points, 500,000. Attack power, 2,000. Defense value, 1,000. Skills, Roar Area Stun, Ren Single Target Bleeding Effect. Berserk 50% boost to attack and movement speed. Good grief, these stats are ridiculously high. Ordinary players would get instantly killed without effort. What's more, the Silver Tier final boss would spawn near one of the 4 city gates at random. Early the next morning, Wang Rui was woken by knocking on the door. He opened his eyes and glanced at his phone. It was exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. Wang Wan's voice came from outside. "Brother, someone is here to see you." Wang Rui frowned, got dressed, and walked out of his room. Wang Wan stood by the front door, looking faintly nervous. "Who is it?" "Sister and brother-in-law." Wang Rui was slightly stunned and stepped forward to pull the door open. 3 people stood outside. Wang Fong, Zhou Wenlong, and a middle-aged man. The middle-aged man wore a well-tailored black suit, his hair neatly combed. He held a briefcase in his hand and wore a smooth, practiced smile on his face. "Mr. Wang Rui." Spotting Wang Rui, the man immediately held out his hand with great enthusiasm. Hello. I am Zhao Donglai, Marketing Director of Qiangxin Group. Pardon our intrusion this morning." Wang Rui gave him a plain glance and did not reach out to shake hands. "State your business plainly." Zhao Donglai's outstretched hand hung awkwardly in midair, yet his polite smile never faded. "Mr. Wang Rui, I have come in person on behalf of Qiangxin Group to discuss a cooperation deal with you." Wang Rui turned his gaze toward Wang Fong, standing to one side. Meeting his eyes, Wang Fong gave a helpless soft laugh. "Xiao Rui, Wenlong and I just arrived. We happened to run into Director Zhao on the way, so we came over together." Zhou Wenlong stood quietly behind his wife, looking at Wang Rui with complicated emotions in his eyes. This was their first formal meeting after a long separation. 3 years ago, Wang Rui had only been 15, thin and frail. Now the youth before him still had a lean build, yet his whole bearing had been completely transformed. His eyes were calm and deep like still dark water, making it impossible for anyone to read his thoughts. "Come inside and take a seat." Wang Rui stepped sideways to make way. The group filed into the house. 5 people crowded into the small living room, creating an awkward, cramped atmosphere. As soon as he stepped indoors, Zhao Donglai could not hold back and began speaking at length. "Mr. Wang Rui, Qiangxin Group ranks among the top 5 major consortia in Jiangxing. Our businesses cover secret realm development, awakening gear and potion refining, trading of rare attribute fruits, and much more. We possess solid resources. We approach you in complete sincerity for this partnership. You get to set every single term and condition." Wang Rui poured himself a glass of plain water and sipped it slowly. "I get to set all the terms?" "Exactly." Zhao Donglai slapped his chest. "Starting annual salary of 20 million. Luxury cars and premium housing fully provided. High-grade cultivation gear supplied with priority access. Whatever you request, we will do everything in our power to deliver." Wang Rui set down his water cup and looked steadily at the man. "You rushed over the very day my breakthrough to level 10 hit hot search. If I am not mistaken, Qiangxin Group maintains business ties with the Gao Group, correct?" The smile froze on Zhao Donglai's face. "Director Zhao, I have not forgotten." Wang Rui's tone stayed level, every word steady and sharp. "Back when I awakened my power, Gao Yang mocked me non-stop as a good-for-nothing." The atmosphere in the living room turned ice-cold. Wang Fong and Zhou Wenlong exchanged glances, both staying silent and daring not to interject. The carefully maintained polite smile on Zhao Donglai's face finally vanished entirely. "Mr. Wang Rui, it is true our group cooperates with the Gao Group, but that is purely business." He stood up and gave a slight bow. "This time around, we genuinely hope to reach cooperation with you." Wang Rui watched him quietly for a short while. "I acknowledge your show of sincerity. Still, I have no interest in any partnership for the time being." Zhao Donglai's face flushed red. His lips moved repeatedly, yet he could find no retort. He pulled a business card out of his briefcase and set it gently on the tabletop. "Should you change your mind in the future, feel free to contact me anytime." With that, looking thoroughly embarrassed, Zhao Donglai left. Once the door closed, silence fell over the living room for a moment. Wang Fong looked at her younger brother, hesitating over what she wanted to say. "Sister, speak your mind freely." Wang Rui poured her a glass of water and handed it over. Taking the cup, Wang Fong spoke softly. "Xiao Rui, Qiangxin Group's offer is extremely generous. Are you truly not going to reconsider?" "Sister, do you think they value me as a person, or the talent and potential I have displayed?" Wang Fong froze, unable to give an answer. "I know these corporate groups put profit above all else. If I signed their high-salary contract right now, The day I perish inside a secret realm and lose my utility to them, they would cast me aside without the slightest hesitation. Wang Feng fell quiet, having no counter-argument. Zhou Wenlong spoke slowly from the side. Xiao Rui, speaking honestly as your brother-in-law, yours is a very sensible choice. Xiangxing Group chases profit above everything and acts ruthlessly. Quite a few awakened ones have been used by them, then discarded without mercy afterward. Wang Rui looked over his brother-in-law. Zhou Wenlong was in his early 20s. Years of venturing through secret realms had left his skin dark and rough, thick calluses covering his palms. His secret realm equipment was worn and scuffed, clear proof of how hard his life had been. He too was an awakened one, yet his fate was sealed. He had plateaued at level 20 and would never step foot inside another secret realm for the rest of his life. Wang Rui knew all these circumstances well. Seeing that Wang Rui intended to venture into higher-tier secret realms, Zhou Wenlong offered earnest advice. Since you have broken through to level 10, I ought to tell you about the rules and hidden dangers within higher-level secret realms. Level 10 marks a major dividing line. After level 10 you enter open-access secret realms, where you will encounter other people. You can form parties. Awakened ones may band together to explore. He paused, his tone growing heavy. But the higher the secret realms rank, the stronger its monsters, the better the loot drops, and the deadlier the lurking perils. Fights over territory and monster spawns happen constantly. Even powerful awakened ones can meet their end with one misstep. People usually team up to hunt monsters, yet you must stay alert and guard against betrayal from your own party members. Wang Rui listened attentively and understood the situation. Even though party play became available past level 10, he had never planned to rely on others. He held many trump cards, his strength far surpassing others of his level. Traveling alone was his best option. He needed no teammates to weigh him down. Thank you for the warning, brother-in-law. I will keep that in mind. Zhou Wenlong nodded. He had shared all the guidance he could offer, and there was nothing more for him to add. Watching her brother and husband converse peacefully, warmth rose inside Wang Feng. This was exactly the harmonious family dynamic she had long hoped for. Wang Feng said gently, "It has been a long time since you came over to my place. Come visit when you have time." Wang Rui thought for a moment and nodded slowly. "Very well, I will drop by when I am free." Wang Wan at once raised her small hand, eyes sparkling with excitement. "I want to go too. All of you come. It will be lively with the whole family together." Wang Feng smiled and stroked the younger girl's hair. Later that day, after seeing off the last of his visitors, Quiet returned to the apartment. He lay flat on his bed and stared up at the ceiling. Inside his consciousness, his personal status panel materialized. Constitution, 900/1000. Strength, 386/1000. Agility, 350/1000. Spirit, 150/1000. Intelligence, 15. His constitution had already reached 900 points. Yet strength, agility, and spirit still had considerable room for improvement. Only 3 days remained until the Beast Tide Siege battle. Wang Rui set a goal for himself. Max out all 4 base attributes to 1000 within those 3 days. At 8 o'clock the next morning, Wang Rui arrived right on time at the entrance to the Goblin Secret Realm. It was shift change hour for the staff. The night shift attendant was a stout middle-aged man in his 40s, worn out after working all night. Seeing Wang Rui arrive so early, he looked mildly surprised. "You're here awfully early?" Wang Rui held out his Black Awakened Alliance badge. The overweight attendant checked it, completed the registration, and handed the badge back, looking at Wang Rui with undisguised wonder. Wang Rui took back his badge and walked straight into the secret realm. A flash of white light swept over him, and the surrounding scenery shifted completely. Everything looked exactly as it had on his first entry. Gripping his bronze longsword, Wang Rui advanced toward nearby goblin warriors. On his first run through, he wiped out every goblin in 1 hour. He obtained 100 strength fruits and 100 constitution fruits. He refined them on the spot, pushing his constitution stat straight to its hard cap of 1000 points. When he exited the secret realm, the overweight night shift attendant had finished work and gone home. A young woman had taken over for the day's shift. Seeing Wang Rui covered head to toe in monster blood, the young female attendant flinched backward in shock. Again, Wang Rui spoke calmly. Though thoroughly astonished, the girl dared not ask questions. Following protocol, she activated the secret realm transport portal once more. On his second run, he refined his movement and positioning, finishing in 2 hours and gaining 200 more strength fruits. Then came his third, fourth, and fifth consecutive clearances. He kept honing his movement mechanics, By the time he finished all 5 runs, dusk had fallen outside. Staring at the clearance records refreshing over and over on her workstation, the young female attendant's fingers trembled, her mind reeling. Completing 5 solo Goblin Secret Realm runs in a single day was absolutely unheard of. Wang Rui shook dried, sticky green monster blood from his sword blade. His clothes were soaked and stiff with goblin blood, a sharp, heavy stench hanging about him. He turned and left, riding his electric scooter and vanishing into the night. Back home, Wang Wan had already prepared dinner and waited for him. On the dining table sat 2 bowls of rice, a plate of green vegetables, and a bowl of warm egg drop soup. When his sister saw him covered in blood, she nearly dropped her chopsticks. "Brother, are you hurt? This is not my blood. It is all from monsters." Wang Rui set his blood-soaked outerwear aside. Wang Wan hurried over and carefully checked his whole body. Only after confirming there was not a single wound on him did she let out a breath of relief. Always sensible, she never pried into her brother's secrets. She silently handed him a towel. "Brother, go wash up." Wang Rui took the towel and went to the bathroom to clean himself. After dinner, Wang Rui pulled a red attribute fruit out of his storage backpack and set it on the table. "Eat this." Wang Wan looked at the fruit, then lifted her gaze toward him. "Brother, did you harvest many fruits today?" "Enough for the 2 of us." Wang Rui offered no further details. "Just eat it without worry." Wang Wan ate the fruit. Warm currents flowed all through her body, subtly improving her physical condition. "Brother." She looked at him earnestly. "The large-scale monthly dungeon opens in 3 days. Are you going to take part?" Wang Rui gently ruffled the top of her hair. "Yes. It is very dangerous there, isn't it?" "For me, it is not particularly dangerous." Wang Wan gazed at him and said no more. She knew her brother was only comforting her and trying to keep her from worrying. The next day, online trending topics exploded. Still shaken by what she had witnessed, the female day shift attendant posted screenshots of Wang Rui's 5 consecutive dungeon clearances on her social media feed with a remark expressing her amazement. Screenshots got shared and forwarded widely, quickly climbing onto local city hot search rankings. Hashtag Wang Rui grinds dungeons relentlessly. Without rest, the comment section erupted. "He pushes himself so hard. Ordinary people could never pull this off. His real strength is probably far beyond what we imagine. Guys, should we head over and wait to spot him on site?" By evening, an amateur live streamer named Xin Xiaolu was already camped out at the Secret Realm Plaza. She was the same streamer who had once run into Wang Rui and tried to talk to him before. She held up her selfie stick toward her live stream audience. "Everyone has been curious about what Wang Rui is normally like. I've come here specially to wait for him and try to get a short interview." Bullet point comments scrolled non-stop across the live stream screen. Xin Xiaolu waited from 4 in the afternoon until 6. Daylight dimmed, and pedestrians in the plaza gradually dispersed. Just as she was about to pack up and leave, the Secret Realm teleport light flared to life. Wang Rui stepped out. He had far less blood splattered over him than on the previous day. His footsteps were steady and composed, his eyes clear and calm, yet carrying a hint of exhaustion. Xin Xiaolu hurried forward. "Wang Rui, could you spare a moment to answer a few questions?" Wang Rui gave her a fleeting glance. "No." With that, he climbed onto his electric scooter and slowly disappeared into twilight. Xin Xiaolu stood frozen in place, while viewers in her live stream teased and laughed in the comments. Xin Xiaolu gave a helpless wry smile to the camera and announced she would come back to wait for him again the next day. Footage of that live stream racked up millions of views overnight, spawning yet another new hot search entry. Hashtag Wang Rui coldly turns down public interview. Inside the Qianxin Group conference room, Zhao Donglai stared at the trending news feeds, his face dark and ugly. "No one rejects Qianxin Group. Not even you." On the 3rd day, Wang Rui stuck rigidly to his established rhythm. He entered the Secret Realm sharp at 8 every morning and finished by dusk, completing 5 full clearances each single day without interruption. Xin Xiaolu showed up faithfully at the plaza every day to lie in wait. Time and again she got brushed off, yet her live stream kept gaining popularity, rising from a few hundred viewers to over 20,000 concurrent watchers. Out in the plaza, he opened his status panel. Name, Wang Rui, level 10, class, sword, shielder golden legend, tier, strength, 1000, agility, 1000, constitution, 1000, spirit, 1000, intelligence, 15 health points, 30,000, mana points, 10,000, defense value, 500, physical attack, 3,000. These were his base stats without any equipment equipped. All 4 core base attributes had hit perfect maximum values. His total combined stat value reached 4,015 points. For comparison, even Orthodox SSS, rank, talent awakened ones across all of China only reached a combined total of 855 growth points at level 10. Wang Rui's overall foundation was fully 5 times that of top-tier SSS, rank talent. No awakened one in recorded history had ever reached such power at this level. Wang Rui dismissed his status panel, hopped on his electric scooter, and headed for the vast Pavilion Bazaar to sell his loot from the day. Over 3 days, he had earned more than 700,000 credits. He made a stop at a street-side supermarket and bought half a roast duck together with 2 cans of cola. His sister normally ate plain, simple meals and had long craved rich meat dishes. He had kept that small wish in mind. When he got home, Wang Wan sat focused on her homework at the desk. Spotting the fragrant roast duck in his hands, her eyes lit up at once. "Brother, why all this nice food today?" "A pre-celebration." Wang Rui set the food down. "Tomorrow I am heading out for the Beast Tide Siege battle." The smile faded slightly from Wang Wan's face. Worry tugged at her heart, yet she stayed sensible and did not press for more details. She laid out tableware, divided up the roast duck, and the brother and sister clinked their cola cans together. "Brother, I will wait for you to come back safe and sound." The young girl's gaze was sincere and earnest. Wang Rui looked at his sensible younger sister, and a soft smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. "Rest assured, I will return safely." Afterward, he transferred 100,000 credits to his sister. At 8 o'clock in the morning, in Jiangxing City, the secret Realm Plaza on the western outskirts was packed wall to wall with people. Today was launch day for the Beast Tide Siege Battle Secret Realm. The official live stream had gone live early. More than 3 million viewers tuned in, comment bullets pouring down like waterfalls. They are here. The strongest level 10 awakened ones have all assembled this year. Gao Yang, Lin Qingxue, 2 SSS, ranked geniuses on the same stage. This is incredible. I heard Zhang Mingyuan is also participating. He is an S, rank berserker. Not quite on their level, but still very capable. And there is Wang Rui, this year's most legendary dark horse. He cleared the Goblin Secret Realm on his very first run. Today we finally get to see what he is truly made of. Haha, great entertainment ahead. With the whole country watching the live broadcast, his real power cannot stay hidden any longer. Stop mindless hype. His original F rank attribute cap still applies. No matter how strong his class is, there is a ceiling. Today's live stream will expose him for what he really is. Arguments raged in the comment section. Down at the secret Realm Plaza entrance, Wang Rui maneuvered his beat-up old electric scooter to find a parking spot. He wore full bronze, grade gear, his longsword slung across his back, and his bronze wolf head shield fastened to his left arm. Wang Rui. A clear voice came from behind. He turned his head and saw Shen Xiaolu trotting over holding a selfie stick. The girl was wearing a white sports jacket today, her ponytail tied high. She had light, toned makeup on her face and looked much more energetic than a few days ago. "You're here again?" Wang Rui raised an eyebrow. "Of course." Shen Xiaolu shoved the selfie stick forward. "My live stream has 80,000 viewers right now, and they're all here for you. Do you have any idea how popular you are?" Wang Rui glanced at her phone screen, where bullet comments were scrolling rapidly. "Wang Rui, look over here. Bro looks so good. Looking today. Wow, he's actually here. I bet he can survive the 5th wave. I bet he can slay the Beast King." Wang Rui looked away and kept walking with a blank expression. Shen Xiaolu jogged alongside him, talking non-stop. Today's Beast Tide Siege is being broadcast across the whole network. Fixed cameras are set up at all 4 city gates, and drones will also follow the action. Official commentators will give real-time explanations in the live stream. You're the center of attention right now. Wang Rui halted his steps. Broadcast across the whole network. Yeah, didn't you know? Shen Xiaolu's eyes went wide. This is Jiangxing's biggest annual event for level 10 Awakeners, drawing over 10 million viewers. Wang Rui fell silent for 2 seconds. I see. He quickened his pace and headed for the secret realm entrance. Shen Xiaolu tried to follow him inside, but was stopped by the gate administrator. Non-combat personnel are not permitted entry. Shen Xiaolu could only stand on tiptoes to peer inside, holding up her selfie stick and shouting, "Wang Rui, good luck. Come back alive." Bullet comments in the live stream exploded with amusement. "Ha ha, Xiaolu is so cute. Wang Rui, do I even know you that well?" One-sided crush confirmed. Inside the secret Realm Plaza lay a huge circular platform. At the platform's center stood a 5-meter diameter circular portal shrouded in pale blue light. Hundreds of Awakeners had already gathered around the portal. Wang Rui swept his gaze across the crowd and spotted many familiar faces. Lin Qingxue stood at the front of the group, clad in silver, white light armor and gripping an entirely silver ice crystal staff. Her long hair was tied into a high ponytail. She looked like a drawn sword, sharp and dazzling. I didn't expect her to be wearing full silver, grade gear. Gao Yang stood beside her, also dressed in silver, white mage robes. Silver light crackled with thunder from the staff in his hand. His expression was cold. As he scanned the crowd, natural arrogance radiated from him, as though he were observing ants. This full set of silver grade equipment would cost at least 500,000 credits. Over on one side, Zhang Mingyuan wore a brand new level, 10 bronze, grade suit and was bragging to a few underlings. Let me tell you, in today's Beast-Tide Siege, I, Zhang Mingyuan, will at minimum earn an A rank evaluation. You guys understand what an S rank warrior is capable of. Brother Yuan is awesome. Brother Yuan, take us along later. Zhang Mingyuan wore a self-satisfied grin. When his peripheral vision caught sight of Wang Rui walking in, his smile froze abruptly. Wang Rui? He actually showed up. His underlings all turned to see the newcomer. They immediately fell quiet and behaved themselves. Zhang Mingyuan's mouth twitched. He wanted to say something, but memories of being humiliated at the Goblin secret realm entrance held his words back. He simply let out a cold snort and turned away from Wang Rui. Wang Rui walked over to Lin Qingxue. Seeing him arrive, Lin Qingxue spoke. Wang Rui, later on, Gao Yang, you and I will each take charge of one route. When the final boss appears, the three of us will take turns tanking damage. Don't let the boss attack the core crystal in the city center. Wang Rui nodded. At exactly 9 o'clock, the portal's light blazed bright. A deep voice echoed from deep within the secret realm. The Beast-Tide Siege is about to begin. A secret realm quest panel popped up automatically above the teleportation array. Beast-Tide Siege Large Scale Team Dungeon. Participants. 120 people. Quest objective. Defend the city's core crystal from destruction amid 5 waves of beasts and the final boss's assault. Gate assignments. 30 defenders per gate. Participants may choose their defense gate freely. Quest rewards. Ratings ranging from F to SSS based on individual performance. Those with S rank or higher will receive a skill upgrade stone. Ratings below D count as quest failure and bar promotion to level 11. Warning, this is a death mode dungeon. Death within the dungeon results in permanent loss of secret realm access. A stir rippled through the crowd. Lin Qingxue stepped forward first, her voice clear and ringing. I'll take the east gate. With those words, she stepped straight into the teleportation array and vanished. More than a dozen of her companions followed closely behind, selecting the east gate as well. Gao Yang spoke slowly. South gate. 10 of his subordinates stepped forward at once. The crowd burst into excitement. Hurry and grab spots at the east and south gates. A large group surged forward. Moments later, frustrated exclamations rang out one after another. Damn it, the east and south gates are full. Missed my chance to leech off top experts. All eyes turned toward Wang Rui and Zhang Mingyuan, shifting back and forth between the two men. Zhang Mingyuan and several comparably strong fighters did not hesitate and chose the north gate. Seeing this, Wang Rui picked the last remaining route, the west gate. Inside the live stream, official commentators went over each gate's lineup. Hello everyone. Welcome to this year's Jiangqing Beast-Tide Siege livestream. I'm commentator Miller. And I'm commentator Su Xiaoyan. A sweet female voice cut in. This long-awaited battle is starting. The lineups for all 4 gates are set. Let's go through them one by one. Miller pulled up a chart. First, the East Gate. Its core defender is Lin Qingxue, an orange epic, class ice mage with SSS, ranked talent attribute points, level 10. She wears full silver, grade gear, and her staff is top tier among silver, grade items. The South Gate's core is Gao Yang, an orange epic, class thunder mage who also has SSS, ranked talent attribute points, level 10. His equipment is comparable to Miss Lin's, so the South Gate boasts formidable strength as well. At the North Gate, the core is Zhang Mingyuan, a blue rare, class berserker with S, rank attribute points, level 10, wearing a complete level 10 bronze, grade set. The North Gate's overall power falls well short of the first 2 gates. Now for the West Gate. Miller paused with a peculiar look. The West Gate's core is Wang Rui, a gold legendary, class sword, shielder with F, rank talent attribute points, level 10, equipped with ungraded bronze, grade gear. His true strength remains a mystery. Su Xiaoyan commented. In his first run of the Goblin's Secret Realm, Wang Rui cleared it in just 46 minutes, even faster than Lin Qingxue and Gao Yang. His strength should not be underestimated. Miller continued. We wait with anticipation to see what Wang Rui can accomplish today. Countless viewers in the live stream erupted. Dense bullet comments scrolled nonstop across the screen. So what if he has F-rank talent? He cleared the Goblin Dungeon and outperformed the two prodigies. Everyone fawns over the east and south gates, but the west gate is where the real excitement lies, waiting for Wang Rui to shine and blow everyone away. White light flashed. Wang Rui opened his eyes and found himself standing atop an ancient city wall. The wall was built from gray-blue boulders, roughly 10 meters high and 5 meters wide, stretching for hundreds of meters to enclose the whole city. A damp, foul stench hung in the air, the smell of monster beasts. Wang Rui took a deep breath, walked to the wall's edge, and looked down. Beneath the wall stood a 3-meter-tall arched light barrier gate. The gate's light barrier read 100% health. This was the city gate. Awakeners could pass through it freely, but monsters could not. To get inside, monsters would have to break the gate. Beyond the wall stretched wilderness. 1,000 meters out lay a glowing red line, the monster spawn zone. Past that line, mist shrouded the world. Everyone, take your positions. At the west gate stood a 20-year-old man named Zhao Tai, a blue rare-class shield warrior with B-rank attribute points, level 10. Clad in heavy bronze plate armor and gripping a tall tower shield, he stood directly above the gate and called out in a loud, clear voice. The first wave consists of swift wolves, level 10. They are fast and hit hard, but have low health. Archers and mages deal damage from the wall. Warriors and shield warriors hold the gate. Healers, keep everyone's health topped up. He paused, scanned the assembled fighters, and finally landed his gaze on Wang Rui. Expert, do as you see fit. 3-minute countdown for the first wave. The booming announcement echoed across the city. Tension settled over everyone as the Awakeners took their assigned posts. Wang Rui leaned against a crenellation on the wall, eyes closed, breathing steadily. Countdown complete. First beast tide wave. Swift wolves, incoming. Far along the horizon, dark masses suddenly appeared. They moved extremely fast, like arrows skimming across the ground, kicking up plumes of dust. 10 seconds later, Wang Rui saw what those shapes were. They were large gray wolves as big as calves, with long limbs and well-defined muscle. Their eyes burned crimson, and rows of sharp fangs jutted from their jaws. Swift Wolf level 10, health points, 3,000, attack power, 350, defense value, 100, skills, bite, sprint, pack assault. 100 Swift Wolves charged toward the gate. Back in the live stream, Miller's voice rose with excitement. They're here. The first beast wave has spawned. East, south, north, and west gates are all facing Swift Wolves. Let's first look at the east gate. The feed cut to the east gate. Lin Qingxue stood at the wall's highest point, her silver-white light armor striking against the gloomy sky. She raised her ice crystal staff, and blinding blue light gathered at its tip. Ice storm. She swept her staff downward. A 10-meter-wide blizzard exploded outside the city wall. Countless ice shards rained down, covering the densest cluster of wolves. 300, 300, 300. Damage numbers floated above the swift wolves. The dozen wolves at the front were instantly slain. Lin Qingxue did not stop. She waved her staff once more. Frost Nova. A blue shockwave ring burst outward from her position, passed through the wall, and hit the swift wolves outside. Thick frost coated the paws of every wolf caught in the ring. 230, 230, 230. Wolves hit by the spell collapsed one after another. Brilliant, Miller exclaimed. Lin Qingxue unleashes area damage with Ice Storm and follows up with crowd control from Frost Nova. Perfect combination, devastating damage, instant kills all around. Bullet comments flooded in. Qingxue is so powerful. Such skill and awareness. Truly worthy of being an SSS rank prodigy. The east gate is solid. The feed switched to the south gate. Gao Yang's defensive approach differed completely from Lin Qingxue's. He used no crowd control skills and opted for pure, overwhelming damage. Thunderous onslaught. A thick bolt of lightning crashed down from the sky and detonated amid the wolf pack. Electric arcs scattered, snaking through the wolves like living serpents. 4000, 400, 400. The damage numbers were even higher than Lin Qingxue's. Several wolves died instantly, their bodies charred and smoking. Whoa, Miller drew in a sharp breath. Gao Yang's damage output surpasses Miss Lin's. That is the explosive power of a Thunder Mage. Su Xiaoyan added commentary. Gao Yang's staff is top-tier silver-grade gear granting extra spell power, and lightning element spells inherently deal high damage. Bullet comments went wild. Gao Yang is amazing. Gao Yang is the best. Look at that burst damage. Wang Rui must be terrified watching this. The south gate is even more secure than the east. The feed cut to the north gate. Zhang Mingyuan stood behind the light barrier gate, swinging his bronze longsword and directing the defense. Archers, focus fire on the wolves to the left. Mages, cast your spells on the right. Shield warriors, hold fast. Don't let the wolves breach our lines. His command was not brilliant, but competent, with no obvious mistakes. Damage output at the north gate lagged far behind the east and south gates. The gate's health slowly ticked down, yet swift wolves were felled one by one. The north gate's performance is passable, Miller assessed. Zhang Mingyuan's leadership lacks highlights, but contains no blunders. Working with the other Awakeners defending here, they handle the first wave steadily. Viewers paid far less attention to the north gate. Most eyes remained fixed on Lin Qingxue and Gao Yang. Now let's look at the west gate. The camera cut over to the west gate. What on earth is Wang Rui doing? Miller cried out in shock.